time for Sports 56 Middays with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. The first hour of Sports 56 Middays is brought to you by Action247.com. Now, here are your hosts, Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
I got a piece of land out in the countryside. Lay back and smell the sun. Warm up the Georgia pie. Feels so good to be taking it easy. Why would I ever leave? 'Cause I know I got some good friends that live.
Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday to you. Welcome into Sports 56 Middays, our final show here in the month of January. Wow, we just kicked into 2021, and already the first month is in the books. Greg Gaston, Eli Savoy, Zach Boyd once again in today for Gabe Kuhn. It's the Friday, January 29th, 2021 edition of the program. We are in the Family Leisure Studios, where family and fun come together. Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40. Their early bird pool sale continues. You get it now, you reserve your installation spot, and you beat the summer price increases. And while you're there at Family Leisure, make sure you pick up an official Sports 56 mask while supplies last, and please wear your mask. Also, the first hour of the program brought to you by Action247.com. On the program today, we will kick things off with the Tigers and their loss last night in Dallas in a game that went down to the wire. Second game this week against SMU that went down to the wire. Very similar except for the outcome, with SMU paying back the Tigers this time around with a 2-point victory. Later on in the show, we'll continue to talk Tigers as Matt Dillon will join us at 12:05 for the Tiger Basketball Report. But before we have a visit with Matt, Anthony Miller is going to join us, and Aaron Torres, two terrific guests on the program today. Aaron Torres at 10:25 on college basketball, maybe a little college football as well. He is on Fox Sports Radio. You hear him, and also the Aaron Torres podcast. Just recently did a podcast with Marshawn Lynch, so I'm sure we'll discuss that as well. And then at 11:05, Anthony Miller, the former Memphis Tiger star and current Chicago Bears wide receiver. He's got a big day today here in Memphis, where he's going to be giving over a large check. We'll tell you all the details coming up a little bit later on, but Anthony Miller visits with us at 11:05. We'll do 10 in a row at the end of the second hour, so somewhere in the neighborhood of 11:50. Be ready for that. I think it's a fun category today. I think it always is a fun category, but this one especially. And then at 12:30, we will call it a segment, even though we already told you that we're going to do the 5 favorite things once a week starting on Wednesday of next week. But 5 favorite songs will be put to rest. It will go somewhere into the Radio Hall of Fame, I'm sure, as today we actually do your 5 favorite songs. Whatever your 5 favorite songs are, text them in at 67129, First Bank text line. Or if you're watching us live, you can message us with your lists at Sports56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and Instagram. It's been a lot of fun, Eli. It's given us a little something off the beaten path while we dealt with COVID and still deal with COVID. But we started that thing in March, and it's been pretty well received by our listeners.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Got a chance to find some new songs that I liked, and probably listen to some songs I haven't listened to in a long, long time that I forgot that I liked.
We should get a little piece from iTunes. They should give us a little piece of the pie, because we probably steered a lot of people in the right direction towards purchasing songs for their iPhones on iTunes, or maybe just purchasing songs altogether. But I'm glad that you guys had a lot of fun. We certainly had a lot of fun as well. Before we dive into the Tigers from last night, something that certainly hasn't been fun for our former colleague and our good friend Rob Fisher, which was detailed in a piece from Jeff Calkins at the Daily Memphian about mental health and depression. And I just got to be honest with you, I didn't know that Fish has been suffering, or still probably is suffering with that type of thought in his mind of committing suicide. And boy, it was a very eye-opening piece that Jeff did on Fish, and Fish allowing that vulnerability, allowing his life to be put on print and be talked about. I applaud him. He's a great guy, great family man with 2 terrific kids and a beautiful wife. And, of course, he does a great job with the Grizzlies sidelines and was terrific here on Sports 56 Radio. So I want to wish him nothing but the best. Again, this is something that I wasn't really privy to this information. I did not know that. And sometimes you work with people, you don't know what's going on in their personal lives. So it's certainly been, I guess, a demon, you could say, that Fish has been battling for a long time. So I certainly wish our friend well.
Yeah, it was it can't be easy to come out publicly and talk about those demons that you have, and I applaud Fish for doing that because it very well could help somebody else
Absolutely.
who battles with those demons, either give them the courage to talk to somebody about it or whatever that might be. It was, I think, very well done by Fish, very well done by Jeff Calkins in writing the article. I've known Fish for almost 25 years now that I've known Fish. So, but yeah, it's I can't imagine. I don't know that I would have had the courage to be able to do that publicly. So I absolutely applaud Fish for what he said, what he did. And again, very well done by Jeff Calkins in laying it out there as well. So, and if for anybody that out there that does battle depression, certainly if you have not read the article, do so, and hopefully you can find a way to get the help you need, and because it's a massive problem in this country that so many people. That a lot of people have that don't ever go public with it, and unfortunately, so many people that end up taking their own life because of it and never found the help that they needed.
It's a cause we can all embrace. It's a story that needs to be read. Jeff is a terrific writer. I don't always see eye to eye with him with everything, but he's a great writer, and that was a terrific story. And like we said, Fish, to come out and be vulnerable like that, to be open about that, I applaud him. And it just goes to show you that even on the surface, when you look at somebody, wow, he's working Grizzlies games every day. Everything's honky-dory. He's got 2 kids, a lovely wife. You know, things happen it doesn't matter what walk of life you're in. You could be in poverty or be a trillionaire and still deal with depression. So, again, hats off to everyone involved in that project. Last night, the Tigers and SMU for the second time in 3 days. And it was strange because it was a very similar game to what we saw a couple of days ago with a different result. Once again, the Tigers' slow starts. Although it did not hurt them the last few games. They had a 3-game winning streak coming in. It certainly hurt them last night. When you turn the ball over the way they did in the first half, looked discombobulated, almost looked embarrassing, that offense. And then in the second half, a tale of 2 halves. They played a lot better. Defensively, they even had some issues early, but they played great lockdown defense in the second half. Offensively, they swung the ball a lot more. They made shots, and they made it a great game. Then it comes down to the wire. They had their opportunity a number of times, and they couldn't complete the deal. And, yes, there were some questionable calls from officiating. There was also the Tigers' last couple of plays and what they were trying to do. Sure, Boogie Ellis wasn't able to convert. He had 3 free throws and could have tied the game. It wasn't to be. So there was a lot of things to certainly be upset about, as the Tigers had a golden opportunity to pick up a quadrant 1 win on the road against SMU. They fall to 9-6, 5-3 in the conference, tied with SMU as the Tigers fall 67-65.
Yeah, certainly it's one that I have to feel like afterwards they thought, that was a game we probably should have won. Mm-hmm. Every opportunity was there because, once again, they did a fantastic job on Kendrick Davis as he goes just 2 of 13 from the field in this one. So in the 2 games against the Tigers, he was 6 of 27 from the field and 0 for 11 from three-point range, the leading scorer in the conference. He did get 8 assists last night, but they did a fantastic job on him once again. And if you do that with him, you feel like you should beat SMU. They, even with the slow start offensively, they were still right there in the game because their defense, as it has been, was fantastic in holding SMU down. And then they just hit that one stretch there late in the first half where it seemed like, I don't know what happened defensively, but SMU just kept scoring. Like, it was just one after another. SMU was getting layups. They were getting to the basket, doing kind of whatever they wanted to do for about a 3-4 minute stretch there that really ended up being the difference in the game.
Well, the analyst, Dan Dockich, who is not liked by a lot of Tigers fans, let's just put it that way, but he did talk about the fact that the Tigers on those back cuts were looking at the ball, the back defender, and not realizing that the cutter was in motion. And there was a couple of times that they got burned on that backdoor cut. There were a couple of times that they did not box out, and SMU was able to get follow layups or follow dunks. So there were times I thought that defense, which has been terrific, and the numbers point that out, that they have been. But there were times that the defense let them down, especially in that first half. And then they fall behind by 16 points. 16 points in the second half. And here come the Tigers once again. They start making shots. They start moving the ball better. They start playing a lot better defense. And they protect the ball a lot better in the second half. It's a broken record. But down the stretch, they did not execute this time. SMU, you could call it, well, they didn't execute or they didn't get a break Tuesday night because they had that three-pointer that just was a tad late, or it could have been a different story. But you look at these two teams, they're about as even-steven as you can find.
Yeah, obviously they're pretty evenly matched with each winning on their home floor. I did like the fact that in that second half when they were kind of getting back into it and playing well, that Penny just kind of rode that same lineup, didn't tinker with it. That meant Musa on the bench again late that game. It would just kind of. It looks like now he's kind of more in the, we're going to play all the guys in the first half and then sort it out, and in the second half go with who I believe are kind of the hot hands for the night.
I don't mind that. No, I don't mind that at all.
I'm perfectly fine with that. So and that's going to change guys' minutes maybe night to night or whatever. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Obviously Landers Nolly was making shots. I mean, you got to keep a guy, if you're going to get a guy for this team, especially if you've got somebody who's making shots on a given night, especially from 3-point range, he's got to be on the floor. And Landers Nolly is the one guy who I feel pretty good when he shoots a three. There's not really anybody else on the team that I think, okay, he shoots a three, I feel pretty good about it. Nolly, I would say I feel pretty confident with him. One of the issues again last night is after a pretty good game the other night, DJ Jeffries just disappears again. He's non-existent basically last night in that game. And again, that's the unfortunate part about DJ is there are just way too many games where he doesn't make an impact at all. And with his size and athleticism, I just don't see how that's even possible.
Well, it doesn't, because he is a hell of an athlete. But at least Penny and the coaching staff recognized that pretty early, because DJ only played 15 minutes in this game. And we talked about Penny going with the hot five and not using Musa Cisse down the stretch. Well, Musa did in himself with the fouls, because the previous three games, Musa Cisse, even though he didn't play at the end of that SMU game and it was the right move that Penny made, he has been impactful over the last 3 games or 4 games, 3 games going into last night, so the 3 victories. And last night he was a non-factor, and that was critical as well. But Nolly, as you said, at the hot hand, 5 of 9 from 3. He and DeAndre Williams, the 2 newcomers, combined for 36 of their points. And Alo did some good things. He does some bad things as well, but that's Alo. That's to be expected. And as far as the defense is concerned, again, second half, they tightened it up. They did a good job again, as you mentioned, against Kendrick Davis. I'll tell you one thing, though. By going a little bit smaller, they did give up some offensive rebounds. And there was that possession when Hunt got the baseline tip in, and he also got an offensive rebound in the last couple of minutes of the game. That was critical. And number 10 for SMU, how do you pronounce his last name? Ane?
I believe it's Ane.
That guy is really, really good. He is a big who can shoot a 3, block a shot. That 2-on-1 that the Tigers had, and they bailed them out with a foul on that kid, but he went out and covered the shooter. The shooter passed it inside, and I forget who the 2 Tigers were, and he came back and almost got the block, and they called the foul. He is a really good athlete. I like that guy. I could see that kind of guy playing in the NBA one day. You just look at him and go, I see the athleticism as a big, how he can move and get out and actually play on the perimeter, which is a lot different than Cisse, because Cisse can't move out and play offensively beyond 5 feet. But, again, it's one of those deals where it took them a half to get going. And if they don't do what they're doing in the first half, And again, the whole starting lineup, I don't know how many times I'll have to say it on the show. It's not like it's going to resonate with Penny, and this is not a knock on Jaden. It's just Jaden shouldn't be starting the game. They need to have a point guard out there to start the game. And they always seem to fall behind. And yes, they've been able to bail out the last 3 games before last night with wins. This time they weren't able to do so, but they had their opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he was sticking with that same starting lineup because they were winning. But
Right.
I just don't understand starting Jaden to play him 5 minutes in a game, and what he played the other night, 10 minutes I think it was, something like that. Like I don't quite understand that. And then at the end,
It's maybe to guarantee him that he's going to play some because of his hard work and practice. He's obviously improved. But I could see Jaden Hardaway spelling somebody for 3, 4, 5 minutes in the game later in the game. But you need to start the game. I think it's pretty obvious, even though I've been hard on him, and I'll continue to be hard on him. Alex Lomax needs to start. He is, yes, their best option at point guard. Is he a great option? I don't think so. For next season, they need to get a point guard. They need to go the junior college route or preferably a transfer who has some years under his belt. Alex Lomax, as I've always said, is a terrific rotation player. He is a leader on that team. He is a hard-nosed, pit bull kind of player. I don't think he's this 30-minute starter at point guard because he just doesn't have enough from a scoring standpoint, and his size will hurt him against a real big guard. But this is what they have for this season, and he is their best option. And he's not starting the game, and they always are in a hole to start the game.
I found it interesting at the end of the game there that when the first time out to draw up the first play, it was Cody Toppert who was in charge of that huddle and drawing up the play. I don't know what the hell was supposed to happen, but it was the weird. Like they inbounded the ball, and it looked like everybody stood there. Like clearly nobody understood what was supposed to happen apparently, and so they had to call the second timeout. And then that one, it was Penny who drew up that play in that timeout huddle. Which, yes, there was a lot of holding and stuff like that, but should there probably have been a foul call? Yeah, I mean, DeAndre Williams being held, but if you watch those inbounds plays at the end of games, there's often a lot of contact and guys being held on to and stuff like that, and they kind of let it go. But that's the unfortunate part about the end there is that you had 2 timeouts, 2 opportunities to draw up a play, and you never got a shot off.
Well, here's the thing. And after the game, Penny said that the players were confused on the play they're running. So this goes back to the whole deal at the start of the year with the offense with Cody, who, again, is a frequent guest of ours, who is so incredibly intelligent. Was it or is it over the head of the players about what they were trying to do previously offensively? And now maybe it's a little bit different in this Lion offense. And with Cody calling that play, and I don't want to put the blame on him, did they understand the play? Again, he drew up the play. Everybody saw him drawing up the play. But then Penny drew up the next play. They were able to get a shot. It wasn't the greatest shot, but it wasn't the worst shot. And here's Boogie at the free throw line. And, of course, for any Tiger fan, you know what you're thinking. Even though the importance wasn't the same, you're thinking Darius Washington. Because here he is again. And he nails the first one just like D-Wash did. I'm like, there's no way. He's 66.7%. He's not going to make all 3. And he's able to, after missing the third one on purpose, tie up the guy with the ball. It was a great play by Boogie to tie him up.
Yeah.
They have the possession arrow. Everything's going the way of Memphis. Maybe fate is on their side. And then subsequently the play, the timeout, the play, and it just wasn't to be. It just wasn't to be. Give credit to SMU. They needed to win at home. It was important for them. This was not, in the sense, a must for Memphis, but they're not in a position right now to be in the tournament, so they're going to have to catch fire and win all the home games and steal some on the road. They're going to have to win that Wichita State game on the road, but they're going to have to beat Houston. And I just don't know right now. Houston led Tulane 44-14 at the half last night and then toyed around in the second half.
Houston's been just destroying everybody. Like these bad teams in the conference, they just it's over immediately. They seem to jump out by 20 in the blink of an eye, like every game they play.
There is a I don't know if there was a story or this was just a tweet from Brandon Zimmerman, who is the new editor at ESPN. There's a story with it, but it's not attached to his tweet. But this is where I saw this. And this is something that we've been talking about now for a while. He says, this story will become magnified in the next month. Teams must have 7 consecutive negative virus tests before traveling to the NCAA tournament in Indianapolis. For teams securely in the NCAA field, traveling to conference tournaments the week before is a big risk with small returns. I'm telling you, keep it in the back of your mind. Houston, continuing to mow down everybody, may skip the conference tournament, which would open up things for everybody else, including, obviously, the Memphis Tigers. So something to keep an eye on. We'll return to the Tigers conversation later on. We'll give you a chance to chime in via the First Bank text line. We'll have Matt Dillon on at 12:05 for the Tiger Basketball Report. When we return, we're going to continue talking college basketball hoops, some college football as well, as we'll be joined by Fox Sports' Aaron Torres, also of the Aaron Torres podcast. This is Middays on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, and 98.5 FM.
Same great shows.
We welcome you back to Sports 56 Middays.
What's up? It's Sports 56 Happy Hour.
A new spot on the FM dial. Check out Sports 56 on our new FM home at 98.5.
It's the Start Something New sales event on now at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram on the Pike, where you'll find 2020 Jeep Renegade Latitude 4-wheel drive, IIHS top safety pick, $19,688 or $245 a month. You ready to charge up in your new 2020 Dodge Charger? We Gossett at $24,990 or $325 a month. And get Ram tough in a 2020 Ram 1500 Tradesman Crew Cab 4x2, just $26,740 or $349 a month. So drive past the rest and come to the best at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat 1901 Covington Pike, or shop online anytime at GossettMotorCars.net. If you want it, we Gossett at Gossett Motorcars.
Almost finance through Chrysler, all 3,500 cash down, 75 months at 4.10% APR. Renegade LPMO 2132, MSRP 26,580. Charger LH 248,214, MSRP 32,860. Ram LS 156,730, MSRP 38,185. Includes all rebates and incentives. PS 695. Excludes tax on and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
For over 8 decades, America's farmers have counted on the Little Red Tractor from Case IH, the Farmall, to help them make short work of their demanding chores. Well, Mid-South Ag can show you they aren't just for farms anymore. With horsepower ranging from 30 to 105, plus an army of attachments, they can tackle every chore on your to-do list, from hauling and mowing to loading and towing and then some. Stop by Mid-South Ag Equipment or call 662-890-3141 to find a Case IH Farmall that's right for you.
Sam's new project needs a project manager right away if she's going to manage to hit her deadline.
It took an extra week to get approvals, but they still want the original delivery date. I guess we'll figure something out.
It's time to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. The moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Indeed delivers 2.5 times more hires than the other branded job sites combined, according to Breezy HR 2019. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Taqueria Express number 6 is now open at 6290 Winchester Road. Taqueria Express has locations all over Memphis, serving the best and most authentic Mexican food. You can dine in and take advantage of the full bar or get your order to go. Call ahead at 901-800-2737 to pick up or use the drive-thru. Plus, online delivery options through Uber Eats is coming soon. Stop into Taqueria Express number 6 at 6290 Winchester Road and find out how you could win a 2021 Nissan Versa. Taqueria Express number 6 is now open.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
2021 is finally here. Might I suggest we start the wonderful new year with a makeover for your beautiful house. I'm Brian Elder. I'm a roofer. I fix roofs. Don't let them tell you that it has to be replaced when all it may need is some love. 867-0303. Let me love on your roof. I've made quite the reputation over the last decade as the guy to call after the insurance company denies the claim. Overturning a claim that has gone bad is an art form where you argue county code, manufacturer specs, and details of your policy that they have to abide by. So let me see it first. If I say it's a claim, it's a claim. 867-0303. Money is free at Brian Elder Roofing with 0% financing for half a decade. I'll measure your roof from outer space and get you a quote right over the phone. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
75 months at 3.4%. G4, MHFO1604, MSRP 17735. Sport, MU002364, MSRP 24740. Outlander LZO 39486, MSRP 26630. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695. Excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Start 2021 with a bang and your new ride from Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. Spend less time filling up and more time getting to the things you love with the 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, 41 mpg highway, $14,994 or $179 a month. Adventure-ready 2021 Outlander Sport, $19,673 or $239 a month. And Gossett Mitsubishi has the feature-filled family SUV 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander, $21,643 or $269 a month. Not leases, you own them. Plus, you get Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Now, back to Sports 56 Middays. This hour is brought to you by Action247.com. Here once again are Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
Bears wide receiver Anthony Miller at 11:05. Matt Dillon, the Tiger basketball report at 12:05. But right now, as promised, good friend of the show, he is Aaron Torres, college hoops and college football writer. You hear him on Fox Sports Radio, and you got to check out the Aaron Torres podcast. It is terrific. Follow him on Twitter at Aaron_Torres. Aaron Torres joins us on this beautiful Friday. Aaron, how are you, man?
Greg, my man, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm doing great. There's a lot to get into. First of all, did you do the podcast with Marshawn Lynch?
There is truth to that rumor. Yeah, Marshawn was. We talked about a lot of stuff, but excuse me, he was working with Subway on a campaign. First of all, I would obviously, under any circumstances, take Marshawn Lynch, but he was also doing something with Subway that was kind of near and dear to my heart. And basically what he's trying to do is, over the next few weeks, months, whatever, is kind of raise some awareness for some of these high school football players that weren't able, in places that didn't have a season this year.
Mm-hmm.
And, you guys, I think I was on at various points throughout the season when we weren't sure if there was going to be a season. And, I was one of the people that really fought for college football and maybe should have fought harder for high school sports. And, it wasn't really until I talked to him that I really realized the ramifications, because even at the college level, NCAA can give out an extra year. It stinks, whatever. But a guy that wants to play 4 years of college football or college basketball or college softball or whatever can. High school football isn't the same. And so, he's doing this campaign where, he's raising awareness. He's sending videos, clips of friends, family members, your son, your brother, whatever. And then we talked about Marshawn Lynch stuff, like the Beast Quake and, all sorts of goofy Marshawn Lynch stuff. So it was definitely an all-timer. What the three of us do, you and me, Greg and Eli, sometimes, it just feels like a job. But talking to Marshawn Lynch was the day that did not feel like a job. It was kind of a pinching experience. It was really fun. So.
He's quite a character, and when he didn't like to talk to the media, in the playing days, but I guess that's good that you could get him to in a one-on-one type setting like that, get him to open up and be Marshawn.
Well, it was really funny you say that, because so years ago on Fox Sports Radio, I actually interviewed Bill Belichick, and it was my co-host that day. It was a fill-in show. It was like around Christmas time. But my co-host had known him for years, and he agreed to come on. And, you're thinking about all these great questions you want to ask Bill Belichick, and then you realize in the middle of the interview, if he doesn't like the question, he's going to give a one-word yes or no answer, and you got to be prepared with the next one.
Right.
And so, I was kind of afraid that was going to happen with Marshawn Lynch, because I vividly remember I'm just here so I won't get fined. And I had a list of a million questions, and it was the exact opposite. It was actually a really pleasant surprise. I just didn't know how open he would be. And you guys know how this stuff works. When you get somebody like him, he's been doing interviews all day. He's probably been asked the same 4 or 5 questions all day. And so, I tried to open, be loose, have fun, all that stuff. But, I was definitely prepared for the one-word answers, and they didn't come. So it was a very pleasant surprise, because, like I said, I didn't know what to expect, but he was awesome, talkative. It was a really fun interview.
Not to get off track too much, but
no.
that is a tough interview, the one-word answers, the guys don't want to talk that much, although you wonder why they even agreed to do the interview. But the other tough interview is the interview in which you get one question in and a guy goes 20 minutes with it. Calipari was terrific on the radio show, but you can get a question in. I sat down with Bill Walton for a 30-minute TV special. I did a TV show. It was a 30-minute show. So it was going to be 30 minutes with Bill Walton. It was 2 questions, and he took 30 minutes. So we ended up doing 3 shows out of the interview because I didn't want to let him go because I didn't even scratch the surface. I think they're the tough ones when a guy he's like filibustering up there. You can't get a word in edgewise, and he just goes on and on and on.
Well, it was funny because I think you and I think you've shared that story with me because I had Bill Walton on the podcast in February. I interviewed him at the Pac-12 tournament literally, 36 hours before the college basketball world ended. And I think you told that story, but it was the exact same thing. Bill Walton was the only guest that I've ever had that introduced himself. And so, you know how these pre-interviews work. I'll count us down, 3, 2, 1. Hey, welcome in the Aaron Torres podcast. Today's guest, Greg Gaston. Hey, everybody, welcome in Greg. So I go 3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm Bill. Ask me anything. And I was like, what is going on right now? So, and then it's actually funny because that was, so Marshawn Lynch, because I thought I was going to have to loosen him up. I really did. And so the first question was, were there any really bad questions today? And he said, no, everybody's been great, blah, 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 which was a surprise in and of itself. But then I said, okay, well, then what was the one question that you wanted to be asked that you weren't asked? And he goes, man, I wish somebody had let me introduce myself. And so in the middle of the interview, you can hear it. I say, you want to start over? I'll count us down. And he goes, no, stop it. So we have this back and forth where I'm like, just introduce yourself. And he's like, no, we're good. Keep going. Introduce yourself. We're good. Keep going. So I guess if you ever get Marshawn Lynch, let him introduce himself. That's the lesson of this conversation.
Well, we want to certainly obviously talk some college basketball with you as well, although Marshawn Lynch is always entertaining to talk to and talk about, that is for sure. Aaron, why have we gotten to this point with Duke and Kentucky? What is wrong with those two this year?
Well, it's interesting. A lot of people have asked me about, the one and done stuff. Has it just run its course? I'm not really ready to go there just yet. By the way, Duke's got 2 awesome recruits coming in next year. They could be, maybe not number 1 like they were with Zion, but in that short conversation, I do think they were 2 of the programs that were maybe hurt the most by having the offseason that we had in college basketball. And, it's no secret, but, fewer. It's so cliche. And the thing is, I was one of the first people to start saying this. And Kentucky's been bad all season, and Duke's been bad all season, so I feel like I've been saying it for months already. But, I do think that matters. I do think a team that is starting over completely from scratch, like Kentucky, who had not a single player on their opening night, on the floor opening night, who played in a Kentucky uniform last year, not having an off season, not having fewer practices, having no exhibitions, having no cupcake games. I think all that stuff really does matter. And so when you look at these 2 teams, I think they were probably hurt the most by that unique schedule. I don't think Kentucky helped itself with the way that it's scheduled out of conference. I mean, Kentucky has played only Power 6 teams since December 1st. They open with Morehead State. They play Richmond, which is basically an NCAA tournament caliber team, and they have only played Power Conference teams since then. I think they needed, Mississippi Valley, whoever, Jackson State, Eastern Kentucky, whoever. They needed a couple of those games. And so that's what I think it is. And I hate to be a cop-out, and I hate to make excuses for Coach K and John Calipari, who are paid very handsomely to win basketball games. I think that's a big part of it. And then from there, it's, maybe misevaluation of talent, all that sort of stuff. But I think the bigger picture is they were hurt by this. They need those games in November and December, maybe more than anybody, and they didn't get them.
Rutgers beat Michigan State last night, 67-37. Yeah. Michigan State had 21 turnovers. They hadn't played in a couple weeks, basically, with the COVID. Michigan State, Duke, Kentucky, maybe Carolina, although Carolina seems like it's got its act together. So these blue bloods may not make the NCAA tournament. Is it that important when you don't have the blue bloods, which is very rare that we don't see these teams? If they're not in there, does that make a difference as far as viewing habits of people?
See, I really don't think that it does for the tournament. I think it hurts the regular season, though. It feels like we're grasping at what to talk about, and maybe it's because Gonzaga's been so dominant. Maybe Gonzaga and Baylor, but they're, the freshmen are good, but it's not Zion level good. I really like Cade Cunningham, but he's a guy that you have to watch him to appreciate how good he is. It's not going to be by dunks. It's not going to be by Trae Young 35-foot three-pointers. So I think it's hurt the conversation in the regular season. I don't think it's going to hurt the tournament, but I do think it's hurt the regular season. And the shame of it is, guys, is I think there's a lot of really good teams and really fun teams to watch this year. I mean, obviously it starts with Gonzaga and Baylor, but I think Texas Tech is starting to figure it out with Mac McClung. I think, Tennessee up until maybe a week ago was a fun team to watch. I don't know any UT fan. Yeah, Michigan's a really fun team. Iowa is a fun team. I find games on every night that I really enjoy, but I also understand the casual fan that's like, I don't know anybody that plays for Michigan. Why am I going to get excited about this team? So I think it's going to hurt the regular season. I don't know how much it's going to hurt the tournament. But, of course, look, if Duke and Kentucky were in the Elite Eight, it certainly wouldn't hurt. But I think once we get to the tournament, we'll be fine. But I think getting there is a different conversation.
It's funny because you mentioned Cade Cunningham, and after watching him in high school last year, I thought I thought he was maybe the best high school player I've ever seen in my life. Like, he was so unbelievably good, and I guess we don't know yet if Oklahoma State for sure will be able to be in the postseason or not. But the guy I have fallen in love with this year, I think he is the most entertaining player in the country to watch, is Sharif Cooper at Auburn. He has completely made a difference. And every time I watch him, I'm blown away by I think he's unbelievable. And they're not going to be in the postseason right now because of the self-imposed ban. So like some of these top players that are really fun to watch individually may not be there for the postseason.
I think it's a great point, Eli. First of all, I would say, on top of everything, I happen to agree that Sharif Cooper's been really awesome. Like, I don't know if anyone has really given time to consider this, but I think he should be SEC Player of the Year. Like, if the SEC season ended right now, I don't care if they go 9-9 in SEC play, they would have been 4-15 without him. Yeah. And he is so fun to watch. It's funny. I actually listened to the segment, but I think Dan Dockich on his show with Seth Greenberg, they started the fight to get Auburn to repeal their postseason self-imposed ban. So for that exact reason. But, I'm with you, man. And that's the other thing that hurts is that, the star freshmen who are really good, I guess Jalen Suggs would be the exception. They're not at schools that are probably going to make deep tournament runs. I live here in L.A., and, LA is just kind of a weird place right now. But, there's not a lot of buzz about Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley's awesome. I mean, he's gonna be a top 3 pick. There's no doubt about it in my mind. But, don't make it out of the second round. That's not good for college basketball. Cade, as you said, we'll see if they make the NCAA tournament. But even him, you got to watch a full 40 minutes to see the things that he does. Yeah. And really, he's another one of those guys that I think, unfortunately, his game better translates to the NBA than college basketball with more spacing. In theory, he should have better three-point shooters around him at the NBA level. But yeah, no, you're right. It just sucks. But that's the reality. Is you look at these mock draft boards, and there's nobody from Duke, there's nobody from Kentucky. Cade might not be in the NCAA tournament. Sharif Cooper might not be in the NCAA tournament. How far is Evan Mobley going to go? It's just a weird year where, like I said, I enjoy watching every single night. I really do. And I hope people maybe start to appreciate at the very least Baylor because they're in a power conference. I still think Gonzaga is always going to fight that stigma until they actually win a national championship. I think even when they win a national championship, they'll still fight that stigma. But I hope people wrap their arms around the schools like Baylor, like Michigan, like Villanova, because they are fun to watch.
All right, assuming for a second, and it's really bad to assume this thing because of what COVID-19 has done, but if the power teams right now in college basketball, if they all have their players, no players lost to COVID for the tournament, how many teams, in your opinion, can win the national championship?
Oh, it's a great question. And I always say this is most years, I don't know if they'll say it this year because Gonzaga and Baylor have been so good, but most years I always hear this, it's why anyone can win it. And I always say this, is if you look, and I forget the numbers now, but I went back and looked, and I think it's like the last 14 NCAA tournaments that have been played, 11 champions were number 1 seeds, something like that. I don't know the exact number.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the years it didn't happen, Kemba Walker was at UConn, and he was by far the best player in the tournament. One year, Shabazz Napier was at UConn. They were by far the best player in the tournament. So essentially, if you don't have the best player in the tournament or a number 1 seed, you're not going to win it. And I think this year that's pretty applicable. I don't know that I believe that Gonzaga has been a pretty consensus number 1 since the start of the season. I don't know that I believe they're the best team in the country right now. I actually think Baylor's better. But once you get past those two, I still like Villanova. I think Michigan's interesting. But I don't know that there's that many more teams after that. I really don't. And what I always like to say is when people say, oh, it's so wide open, what you mean is there's a lot of teams that can get to the Final Four, which is absolutely true. But you still got to win 2 games once you get there. You know, Auburn as a 5 seed made a Final Four a few years ago. They were probably a top 20 team. They didn't win the national championship. And so in terms of who can win it, you know, my hunch is it really does boil down to the 2 that we've been talking about all year, Gonzaga, Baylor, maybe Michigan. Villanova, Iowa? I think, is in that conversation. I like Iowa. Other people say they don't play enough defense, this, that, the other thing. I don't know. I do think Iowa could make a run. I don't know Alabama national championship. I don't know about Alabama Final Four. I could see Alabama. I'm just going through the top conferences off the top of my head. Wisconsin Final Four. I don't know if they can win 2 more. You know who's actually coming on strong, and I've been like Mr. Bang the drum against them, is Virginia. Virginia now has 2 legitimate scorers on the wing. They have a transfer from Marquette and another transfer who are both shooting like 40% from 3, averaging double figures, and they've just added a lot of scoring pop to that team. So that's another team as well. I don't think in theory they would go back-to-back, but I think that's probably a team that nobody's talking about that needs to. So, yeah, off the top of my head, 5, 6, 7 teams maybe. I don't think it's that many, but there's a lot of teams that, if Villanova has an off shooting night or Gonzaga has an off shooting night, I could see Alabama beating them. I could see an Iowa beating them, going to a Final Four. I just don't know about winning the national championship.
What about what do you think Houston's ceiling is?
Oh man, dude, they're so awesome. Here's the problem with Houston. They're almost at this Gonzaga level where now that they're in conference play, you probably hate to hear this as a Memphis fan. You don't even want to watch them because they just beat up everybody so bad. But no, I think they're there because it's kind of what I said with Virginia a second ago. They've always played this great defense. They've always had this great toughness and energy to them. But now it's transitioning on the offensive side where Quentin Grimes and Marcus Sasser are both scoring really, really, really well. So to me, I hadn't really thought about them just because, like I said, they're beating up so bad that you kind of forget about them. But no, I think they're in that short conversation. And if it's not a national championship, I could see them making a Final Four. I could see them, as a 2 seed in the same region as Gonzaga and them beating Gonzaga. Absolutely. They're probably, I haven't looked at updated odds or anything like that, but they're probably outside of that top tier, a team that, if I was in Vegas and I had, $40 or $50 to plunk down on somebody that might not be one of the obvious top 2 or 3 picks, they'd probably be one that I put my money on. They're really good.
And doing it without Caleb Mills, who left the team. So that's a pretty darn deep team to be able to overcome that loss and to still continue to churn the way they are. All right, Aaron, don't have a lot of time, but I want to get your opinion on this because I've been talking about it now for a few days. And it's been out there in the conversation nationally that some teams that feel they're going to be in the tournament as an at-large may not play their conference tournament in fear of getting sick, getting the virus, and not being able to maybe play in the NCAA tournament. What about Houston? I'm thinking to myself, why would they even want to play in the conference tournament? Because I only think they can hurt themselves than help themselves, which in fact would give a second American Conference team a chance to get the automatic bid, unless the NCAA changes the rules and things of that nature for this year only. Do you think there's a chance that Houston could opt out?
It's a great question. And, they're a team, too. They've been shut down by COVID. I mean, so it's not as though they don't know what it's like to just have your season ripped out of your hands. This is a big topic. It's a big topic. I don't have an answer, and there's no solution, right? Like sometimes there's there's a tough topic where there's an easy solution. Spring sports last year, they can't play. Give them an extra year. Done. Easy solution. This one, there's not really an easy solution because, if you say if teams just opt out then there's obviously some concerns about collusion and things of that nature. But you obviously can't fault a Gonzaga, Houston, or whoever for doing it, and then all of a sudden you're talking about teams potentially getting into the tournament that wouldn't be there as auto bids. But then you can't say, well, just give it to the conference champion, because then why would anyone show up to the conference tournament, if you know that you probably can't get in unless you're one of the few teams in the country that's on the bubble.
Right.
So there's so many variables here. And by the way, these conferences, the big conferences anyway, they need the conference tournaments because they do generate revenue. TV wants them. And there are going to be conferences, whether it is the AAC, whether it is the Big Ten, whether it is the Pac-12, that have bubble teams that need to pick up wins. And so, they're going to get played, but I don't know what the NCAA can do if teams just opt out. I don't think that you can say, well, we're just going to give it to the regular season champions of every conference, because then a lot, you talk about teams opting out. What reason does anyone other than one or two teams in every conference have to play in a conference tournament at that point? So it's a great question, Greg, and there's no answer to it. There's no answer to it. And you just maybe gave me a podcast topic for Monday, because I don't know what the heck I'm going to talk about. But I don't know what you do, because for that exact reason that you just referenced, there's no easy answer to this solution.
Well, it is becoming a hot-button topic, no doubt about it. He is Aaron Torres, college hoops and college football writer. You hear him on Fox Sports Radio, and check out the Aaron Torres podcast. Follow him on Twitter at Aaron_Torres. As always, Aaron, thank you so much for your time. We'll talk to you down the road.
All right. Have a great day, guys. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
This side of the program is brought to you by Action 24/7. You can go to the website, action247.com. You can download the app to your phone and start betting immediately. It's the locally owned and operated sportsbook owned by Tennesseans for Tennesseans. They've got places where you can do cash deposits and withdrawals throughout the state of Tennessee. If you go to the website, you can find out where those locations are. They match your initial deposit 100% up to $100, so you can double your initial deposit. Use promo code WHBQ100. Go all capitals on the WHBQ. That's WHBQ100. They'll match your initial deposit up to $100 at Action 24/7. We got a big-time program that's going on pause that is going to cancel a big game this weekend. And we got some text on the Tigers that we didn't get a chance to get to. We will get to those coming up as well.
This is Middays on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1 and 98.5.
Start your day the right way with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane on Sports 56 Mornings. Weekdays from 7 to 10 on Sports 56, 98.5 FM and 96.1 FM.
All 36-month leases, $31.49 due at signing, 0 security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, Forte ME296 274, MSRP 20,625, sold M77 682, MSRP 20,315, K5 MG 003 MSRP 25,725, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title and license with approved credit warranty, is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details. Offer valid through 1/31/21, dealer stock only.
It's time to be happy with your new ride from Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah. Jeff's waiting for you with a 2021 Kia Forte, $142 a month lease. Redesigned 2021 Kia Soul, $148 a month lease. And 2021 Kia K5, $182 a month lease. All just 36 months, $31.49 due at signing. Plus, every Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah comes with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia, 2680 Mount Moriah or KiaMountMoriah.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
I'm a big fan of Town Village, and there is always something to do year-round. Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $24.50. The Gourmet Chef welcomes you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free local transportation, monthly coffee club, themed dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel or Bo at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park.
At First Bank Mortgage, their core purpose is to help you get to a better place. That better place may be a lower monthly payment, that vacation you thought was impossible, or getting into a home with a fenced backyard where your kids can play. To get into your better place, First Bank Mortgage makes decisions right here at home. Dedicated to helping you get to your better place, First Bank Mortgage. Call Daniel Mooney at 901-462-0145 today. NMLS 741022. Equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies. We will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Five-Ash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five-Ash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
I'm here with the great Pat Donahue from the Rendezvous Restaurant Shipping Department.
Thanks, Brett. We've been shipping our ribs all over the country now for decades from our USDA-inspected shipping kitchen in the Pinch District. We hand-cook our ribs in pits that Mr. Charlie built over charcoal, just like they do at the restaurant.
So what comes in a rib box?
We could do pork shoulder, we could do ribs, our sauce, seasoning, baked beans, coleslaw. We'll even throw in Pancho's cheese dip with our nacho boxes. We also put a bag of Rendezvous seasoned popcorn, heating instructions, some chef hats, some wet naps, and some other helpful tips from our kitchen. We ship our ribs overnight, exclusively FedEx. And we put them in nice packaging. We don't ever want to use styrofoam, so we use corrugated cardboard, actually 2 boxes that fit nice together, so the ribs get to you, your loved ones, or your clients in a safe, wholesome manner. Rendezvous ribs are perfect for out-of-town clients, customers, loved ones. We also ship ribs for any occasion.
Where do we order these great ribs?
You can go to www.hogsfly.com or give us a call at 1-888-464-7359.
Charlie Burgos' Rendezvous Restaurant in the alley since 1948.
75 months at 3.4%. G4, MHFO1604, MSRP 17735. Sport, MU00234, MSRP 24740. Outlander, LZO 39486, MSRP 26630. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695. Excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Start 2021 with a bang and your new ride from Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. Spend less time filling up and more time getting to the things you love with the 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, 41 mpg highway, $14,994 or $179 a month. Adventure ready 2021 Outlander Sport, $19,673 or $239 a month. And Gossett Mitsubishi has the feature-filled family SUV 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander, $21,643 or $269 a month. Not leases, you own them. Plus, you get Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Now, back to Sports 56 Middays. This hour is brought to you by Action247.com. Here once again are Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
Working part-time in a 5 and dime. My boss was Mr. McGee.
So, Kentucky has announced that they are going on a 48-hour pause with the basketball program. So, their matchup with Texas in the SEC Big 12 Challenge has been canceled. So no Kentucky, Texas. Texas, of course, without Shaka Smart now, and they were going to, but I'm sure they were probably anxious to play that, having lost the other night and get a chance to play a Kentucky team that's not very good. But they will not play that game tomorrow now, as Kentucky is going on a full 48-hour pause here because of some positive testing and some contact tracing.
Yeah, not like Kentucky is in the position right now to get an at-large, but you never know if they would have played and beaten Texas and then went on a run the rest of the way and did well in the conference tournament. It's not out of the question, so it's tough on both ends.
Yeah. Could very well be good timing for Kentucky.
It could.
Might have just saved him a 30-point loss.
I'd say it was probably good timing.
Might have saved him a 30-point loss, but
that's one way to look at it, right?
So if you're going to have to take a 48-hour pause, why not do it right before you're about to get blown out? I mean, that's one way you could look at it. If you're going to look for the silver lining there, look at it that way.
Are you saying something differently here, Eli?
Let's see here. A couple of texts on the Tigers. With 17 turnovers and under 7 points from Cisse and Dandridge, the old ways surfaced. The transfers kept the Tigers in the game. Ellis and Jeffries took the night off. I wouldn't necessarily say Boogie took the night off. Heck, he actually hit a couple of threes. That's great for Boogie in conference play the last 2 years. He normally doesn't hit any threes. So now Jeffries, yes, as I said earlier,
he took the night off.
Non-factor whatsoever in that game.
And 12 of the turnovers were in the first half. Again, was it 12 in the first half, I believe?
Yeah,
it was at least 10. It was double digits.
It was right around there, yes.
Yeah, and I put him in a hole.
Another one here says Tigers' half-court offense is a disaster. An ESPN announcer said the Tigers took the worst coached offensive team, were the worst coached offensive team he has seen this season. It's true. Yeah, I mean, the half-court offense generally is just awful. Like it's just there's no other way to put it. If you slow the Tigers down, like they're going to have trouble scoring in the half court against I think anybody.
Doc not only said that, he said a lot of brutal things. Now he did give Penny credit for adjustments that he makes at halftime, with the team playing much better in the second half than they do to start the game. But man, he was brutal. He was saying either they don't teach. He said, and I'm paraphrasing here, but they either don't teach offense at Memphis or the players can't comprehend what they're being taught. You know they're being taught offense. So I think he's saying basically they're either being taught the wrong things or that these guys are not intelligent enough to comprehend what they're being taught. I mean, that's what he's saying indirectly.
Well, I mean, at the one point there in the first half, they had 8 points and 8 turnovers. I mean, that's as bad as offense can get. I mean, when you're matching your points with turnovers.
And here's the problem. A lot of that is self-inflicted wounds. They are dribbling it off their foot. They're throwing it into the second row. It's not that there's even pressure.
I mean, what they
wait till some team presses them.
They had at least 2 shot clock violations last night where they didn't even know the shot clock was expired.
Bad,
they just like the shot clock expired. They're like, oh, well, how about that? Shot clock expired. Like,
one was
not
with
even
Lomax.
trying to get a shot up, nothing. Just shot clock expired while they were still passing or dribbling the ball.
Yeah, the awareness was horrible. One was with Lomax and one was either with Quinones or DeAndre Williams.
Another person says college basketball has gotten so bad it's almost unwatchable, especially this year. This Tiger team turns the ball over more than any that I can remember.
If you are a market like Memphis is where you have an NBA team and you watch both those teams routinely, it's alarming. It's shocking when you watch college. You have to understand what you're watching. You're watching guys where the high percentage of those players aren't playing at the next level. And then you're watching the greatest players on earth. So there's a big difference if you do that. Now, in of itself, college basketball is a great game. But if you're comparing it to NBA and your viewing habits, if you're watching both, it's night and day.
Yeah, I don't know what they can do to try and improve the offense in college basketball because it's generally brutal. I mean, there are some good offensive teams, but generally the offense is just bad. I don't know. I don't know what they can do to open up the game a little bit to make it more free flowing, but it's rough at times to watch some of these matchups.
When we return, hour 2 begins with Anthony Miller. This is Middays on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1 and 98.5 FM.
Mid-South, there's never been a better time to buy than right now at Gossett Kia on Covington Pike. So start your new year in a new ride like 2021 Kia Forte, $142 a month lease. The all-new 2021 Kia Soul, completely redesigned exterior and interior, yours for $148 a month lease. Plus the sporty midsize sedan 2021 Kia K5, $182 a month lease. All 36 months, $3149 due at signing. Plus Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So hurry to Gossett Kia Covington Pike. Online, KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
36-month leases, $31.49 new at signing, 0 security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage. Forte ME296 274, MSRP $20,625. Sold M77 55,682, MSRP $20,315. K5 MG 003199, MSRP $25,725. Includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details. Offer valid through 1/31/21. Dealer stock only.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
2021 is finally here. Might I suggest we start the wonderful new year with a makeover for your beautiful house. I'm Brian Elder. I'm a roofer. I fix roofs. Don't let them tell you that it has to be replaced when all it may need is some love. 867-0303. Let me love on your roof. I've made quite the reputation over the last decade as the guy to call after the insurance company denies the claim. Overturning a claim that has gone bad is an art form where you argue county code, manufacturer's specs, and details of your policy that they have to abide by. So let me see it first. If I say it's a claim, it's a claim. 867-0303. Money is free at Brian Elder Roofing with 0% financing for half a decade. I'll measure your roof from outer space and get you a quote right over the phone. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Hey everybody, you are going to love this. A demo sale on barely driven Chevys is going on right now out here in Olive Branch at All Star Chevrolet. I'm seeing Traverse, Blazer, Equinox, Impala, Malibus used only as loaners by the service department. They're just like new with all the warranties, but you get thousands off the price. This may be your best month to get that new All-Star Chevy you've been dying for. I just drove the all-new 2021 Tahoe. I can't believe how nice these things have got. You're gonna feel like a king in your own castle. This might be my New Year's resolution to myself. Or how about an all-new 3-row Traverse? Thousands in Chevy cash back, financing as low as 0. That's right. Right now, financing is as low as 0 for 84 months on a brand new 2020 Trax. And over 2,000 cash back to you. Remember, it's not Mount Moriah, not Covington Pike, not Collierville or South Haven. It's got to be Olive Branch, people. And everyone at All-Star Chevrolet has one job, just one job, to make sure that you have more fun, you get the best deal, and in record time. So find new roads to All-Star Chevy or online at allstarautogroup.com.
Bartlett Small Engine has been serving quality power equipment since 1970. They have a full line of power equipment, parts, and services for most makes and models. Bartlett Small Engines has the best brands in the power tool industry: Honda mowers, trimmers, and generators, Steel blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws, Echo trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws, plus quality products from Red Mat and Shindawa. And they're all American made. Bartlett Small Engine is your can-do store. 6780 Summer Avenue. Call 901-386-9779.
It's free furnace time. Hi, this is John Conway with Conway Services. Are you considering replacing your air conditioning system this spring? January is one of our slowest months of the year. Our warehouse is full and our crews are slow. So to spark business during these cold winter months, Conway Services is giving away Carrier 80% gas furnaces absolutely free with the purchase of a standard Carrier air conditioning system. That's right, purchase a Carrier air conditioning system in the month of January and get a gas furnace absolutely free. If that's not enough, we'll include an April air cleaner, a 10-year parts warranty, and a free Nest thermostat. That's up to $2,000 in savings. Plus, get your new system for as low as $139 per month or 12 months interest-free. Now, you can do that. And you know with Conway Services, you'll be receiving our award-winning service every time. So call Conway Services, the Mid-South's premier heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric service company at 384-3511. And the first 30 callers with a 10-year-old system, we'll come out and inspect it absolutely free.
Call 384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
All 75 months at 3.4%. G4, MHFO 1604, MSRP 17735. Sport, MU 002364, MSRP 24740. Outlander LZO 39486, MSRP 26630. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Start 2021 with a bang and your new ride from Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. Spend less time filling up and more time getting to the things you love with the 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, 41 mpg highway, $14,994 or $179 a month. Adventure ready 2021 Outlander Sport, $19,673 or $239 a month. And Gossett Mitsubishi has the feature-filled family SUV 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander, $21,643 or $269 a month. Not leases, you own them. Plus, you get Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Now, back to Sports 56 Middays. This hour of Sports 56 Middays is brought to you by James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar. Here once again are Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Hour number 2 here on Sports 56 Middays. Final show of the week, the Friday, January 29th, 2021 edition to be exact. Greg Gaston, Eli Savoy. Zach Boyd in today for Gabe Kuhn, who returns to our program on Monday, but he'll be coming up at 1 o'clock along with Drew Barrett as they both pinch hit for John Harden with Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. It is always a pleasure to catch up with Anthony Miller, the former Memphis Tigers great who started Christian Brothers High School and now doing his thing with the Chicago Bears. And today he's back in town for a huge event at the Boys and Girls Club, the Samuelson Boys and Girls Club, this afternoon from 3:30 to 4:30, where a large donation is going to be made. He's always giving back to his community. You can follow Anthony on Twitter at AnthonyMiller_3. His website is AntMiller17.com for the latest in Ant Miller merch. He is the one and only Anthony Miller, who joins us now on Sports 56 Middays. And how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Man, doing okay. How's the family? How's the little one?
Everyone's doing good, man. I'm real blessed, man. How's your family?
Everybody's doing fine. Thanks for asking. I know it's tough around for everybody, but we're muddling through. But today is a huge day. It's a huge day for you. It's a huge day for this community. And as I said, you're always giving back. No matter what you do in the National Football League, you don't forget where you're from. And as I said, Anthony Miller today is going to be involved in this Boys and Girls Club situation where you're going to be giving away a lot of money. Can you tell everybody about what you're going to be doing today?
Yeah, I'm just giving away a generous donation to the Boys and Girls Club. I've had a good relationship with them over the past couple of years, and I'm just continuing to give back to them in any way I can, and hopefully in the future I can continue to do that.
He's being humble. He's given $15,000 to the Boys and Girls Club, and that needs to be applauded, Eli.
There's no doubt. Why? How did you get involved with the Boys and Girls Club, Anthony?
Well, ever since being in this position, to give back, I've every time I come back to the city, I've been trying to find, different ways I could impact kids, especially in this city, because I know they're an important part to our community's future. So the Boys and Girls Club, I figure why not start out there, where, some kids aren't fortunate to, have the things that other kids have to succeed. So I feel like the Boys and Girls Club was a good start.
I know that the young people in this community started looking up at you probably maybe even in high school, but certainly at the University of Memphis. So it's not just because you're an NFL wide receiver, even though it's a big part of it, but I think even your time at Memphis, certainly there were a lot of Anthony Miller fans out there in Memphis, and that has continued.
Right.
Well, the thing, too, I mean, you obviously, everybody knows the story, starting as a walk-on at University of Memphis and then ending up as a second-round draft pick. So the one thing that you've always done is, you never let anybody tell you no in achieving your dreams. What is the message, like when you get a chance to talk to kids, what is the message you like to give them?
Yeah, well, I know some of these kids, they don't have a lot of motivation to go out there and maybe try something new or explore different things, and these kids have a lot of talent inside them that some of them don't even know that they have. And for them to see somebody like me, achieve their goal, my goal of going to the league and actually excelling and, going through my dreams, it gives them inspiration, I'm sure, especially when I come back and actually see them and talk to them. So, like I said, any way I could impact these kids' lives, in a positive way, that's what I'm aiming to do.
And I think in this day and age, even more so than in years past, or maybe even in the future, because of what everybody's dealing with COVID-19, you got young boys and girls who normally would be playing high school sports, maybe even some grade schools, the sports that they weren't able to play. Some were able to play, some were not. So they certainly need that pat on the back. They need those words of encouragement because it is a time where you can kind of get down because you're not able to do what you love.
Right. And, like I said, that encouragement, that extra push, that, telling them that, no matter what the circumstances are, you can make it in life. These kids need that. So, like I said, I'm here to do that.
So what was this season like for you? You guys got off to the quick start, had the little stretch there in the middle that wasn't so good, but you did end up getting into the playoffs. What was the season like for you?
It was a pretty tough season. Just tried to keep my head down and keep working. Just try to make the best out of iffy situations. Just trying to keep my head in the game, and we end up getting through the season, making the playoffs. The season didn't go in the fashion that we wanted it to, but I feel like we have a good future, and I'm just looking forward to what's next.
We've had you on the show many times, and in the past we talked about Mitchell Trubisky and then the acquisition of Nick Foles and catching passes from both of them. Now it seems like it's wide open as to what's going to happen for the future. Obviously, your coach is back in place and a bulk of the players under contract. And like you said, you're still a playoff team. It's not like you were a bad team. You're a playoff team. But they're going to go, it looks like, in a different direction. So with that uncertainty, does that worry you a little bit about where you're going to go offensively for the future?
Really, all I can do is control what I can control. Actually, this off season is going to be one of the first off seasons in about 4 or 5 years where I'm injury free. You know what I'm saying?
Very nice.
So I'm blessed for it to be that way, and I'm excited to get to work and sharpen my skills this off season instead of spending my time rehabbing like I have in the past.
You, during the stretch there in the middle where things were going bad, you were vocal a few different times on Twitter about the way things were going. What makes you get to that point and want to put something out there on Twitter? Do you regret any of that stuff when you put it out there?
Kind of. I feel like, after talking to a few people, I feel like, expressing, how the team is going and the circumstances that we were going through. I feel like I shouldn't have, vocalized that to the public because, being a part of a team, you just gotta, roll with the punches, as a group, instead of, trying to, say stuff on Twitter, I guess. But I was obviously frustrated, but I've learned that this league, it's a tough league. It's tricky. Coaches are tricky. It's a lot of things that go into winning football games. And I'm a ball player at the end of the day. So of course I want my opportunities. Of course I want to help the team in any way that I can. And I guess I let some of those frustrations get out on Twitter, but I've learned, more to, chill out and just let God do what he's going to do.
Chicago Bears wide receiver Anthony Miller joining us on the program. He was a second-round pick of the Bears in 2018, and all he did that season was he had the most touchdowns by a Bears rookie since 1996. Playoff team this year, Chicago, before falling to the New Orleans Saints. All right, so you are, as everybody knows, a great guy. You're mild-mannered, but you're intense on the field. And that intensity got you. You got ejected from a game. I couldn't believe my eyes, Anthony. So tell everybody what exactly happened, what was said, and then what did your coach say to you?
Well, my coach said after I got ejected, he was like, "It's okay, we're gonna win this game." That's basically all he said, and I believe y'all saw me jerk away from him. That wasn't me reacting to what he said. It was just me being frustrated that I actually got kicked out of the game.
No. I think most people. I think most people believe that was the case. They didn't think you were doing something with Coach Nagy. But what happened exactly on the field?
On the field, of course the guy was chirping, but after that one particular play that we didn't get the first down, I was walking back to my sideline. I was talking to the ref because I had believed I was getting held, during that play. I believe it was supposed to be a PI, but he didn't throw the flag. So while I was talking to him, the guy circled around me, was trailing me all in my ear, barking in my ear. I really don't know what he said, because as soon as I turned around, he was in my face. So what I did was more of a reaction. And it really, I didn't punch the guy. I just pushed him so hard, and his head jerked back. So it looked bad. You know what I'm saying? It looked like I punched him. So I guess that was why so many flags went in the air. But that's the experience that I'm gonna learn from. Definitely, there's gonna be some players like that are just on the field to get in your head. You know what I'm saying? And you can't let them get to you. So.
Is he just a master at that, or what? Because obviously,
no,
there was the incident earlier in the year with your teammate, and was there before the playoff game? Was there talk about hey, don't let him get us again?
Yeah, he's actually not that good of a trash talker. It's just he just talks so much, and I respect guys who talk trash and can back it up. You know what I mean? But you're talking trash and you getting broke off. You know what I'm saying? So that's what makes the majority of guys mad that go against them. You're not even making plays, first of all, and but you're still talking trash. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's his purpose on the Saints, is just to talk trash.
Is there a trash talker, Anthony, in the league that you've dealt with that either is really, really, really good, or somebody that just you start to laugh because they're funny?
I was really laughing at him, really. But it's that really doesn't go on in the league. People don't take it that far. You know what I'm saying? Like he does. But there's plenty of trash talking around the league.
Who is? You said you respect the guys who are good and do it. Who's the number one guy as far as he's good at trash talking, but he also backs it up?
Like I said, I can't really pinpoint a guy that I was like, oh, I know this guy. Well, okay, an example is Jalen Ramsey.
Okay, I was gonna bring him up. I couldn't remember if you had gone against him or not.
Yeah, that's a good example. Okay, Jalen talks trash and he jokes around on the field, and I actually like playing guys like that because you good and you talking smack, you know what I'm saying, and we making jokes back and forth with each other, that's fun to me. But you know what I'm saying, you talking this other guy, he's just talking and just talking and just talking and just talking.
Talking in circles, right?
Yeah, you're not making any plays or anything like that. You just out on the field just chirping and. And like I said before, I think that was his sole purpose on the Saints, just to antagonize and try to get guys kicked off the field.
And it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
And it worked.
It worked twice against you guys.
And it worked. Now that your season is done and you're hitting the off season, obviously here in Memphis today, when you look back at what you guys had to deal with as players with COVID-19 and all the tests and everything that you had to go through, was it amazing that you accomplished it? Was it not as bad as you thought it would be? What are your feelings about what you just went through?
I mean, it's not as bad as we thought it would be. Well, on my end, I believe, because I woke up every morning, went in there, we took a test. We took about probably 10 seconds, and we went about our day. You know what I mean? So it wasn't much difference this season than any other season. Just we didn't have the fans, so we had to bring our own energy to games, basically. And it was definitely a weird year, but we got through it.
How different was it without the fans?
It was pretty different, but it was kind of cool at the same time because you can hear everybody talking. You can hear the sounds of the game. You know what I'm saying? You can hear all the communication, and it was kind of cool just being able to like hear everyone talk and like it was a pretty cool experience.
How much easier is it offensively, like in a road game when you don't have the fans?
It's much easier. It's much easier because the quarterback, he could work his cadences. We could hear each other better. Like it's better communication. So that was probably the only positive thing about playing with no crowd.
How much time are you going to take off before you hit the weights again and get back into the routine?
I've taken a couple weeks. I'll probably take a couple more before I jump back into it. And like I said before, this off season I get to hit it pretty hard. I'm thankful for, just being healthy. So I'm ready to get back to it.
Do you have any idea with COVID still going on what the off season will be like? Is it the hope that it's going to kind of be normal by the time you guys would get to the mini camps and all that stuff, or do you have any idea at this point?
I mean, me personally, I don't think it's going to be back to normal by the time the season starts, just because of like it's new strands of COVID coming out. It's people not paying attention when it comes to wearing masks everywhere. Some people still going to the clubs and stuff like that. Like people not following the rules, and I just feel like we're making it hard on ourselves by not doing what the people say so we can get through this. But I feel like it's going to be a while before things just get totally back to normal.
Rack that one. That's a perfect PSA that Anthony just did right there because he's right on. In fact, I saw the story yesterday in the, I think it was the Commercial Appeal, where 5 of the clubs were either cited or I think they were cited for, again, not adhering to the regulations. You have too many people in there or people in there without masks. And it's not just the clubs. It's everywhere. There are people that are not doing something that's pretty simple. Keep your distance, wear your mask. Let's try to end this thing and get back to some sort of normalcy. But again, today it is all about Anthony, and it's all about the Boys and Girls Club, as today he'll be donating $15,000. He'll be at the Ira Samuelson Boys and Girls Club this afternoon for a meet and greet. I don't believe that's open to the public, so don't just head on over there, and because I think that's going to be limited, obviously, with COVID. So don't go rushing in and trying to talk to Anthony. But I think what you're doing, Anthony, is fantastic. You always give back to the community. You're always terrific with us, and we always appreciate that. Make sure to follow Anthony on Twitter at AnthonyMiller_3. And again, the website is AntMiller17.com. They got all types of Ant Miller merch. Anthony Miller, you're a great friend of the show. Really appreciate it. And again, congratulations on all your success.
Thank you, guys. I'll be back on anytime you need me, too. So just let me know.
We really appreciate that. Take care, Anthony. Anthony Miller of the Chicago Bears. This Memphis Sports Fact is brought to you by James Gaddis Jewelers. We do this every Monday and Friday. Did you know only 5 former Memphis Tigers head football coaches in the last 60 years has spent 6 or more years with the school? Led by Spook Murphy, who coached 12 years, Tommy West, 9, Richard Williamson, a former Tampa Bay Buccaneer head coach, by the way, 6, Chuck Stobart, 6, and Rip Shearer, 6. James Gaddis Jewelers, 4900 Poplar Avenue between Mendenhall and St. Elmo. You can give them a call at 901-767-9648. They'll answer any questions you have. Tell them you heard it here on Sports 56 Middays. Tell them I sent you. Go to the website, GaddisJewelers.com, to look at all the fine jewelry they have. They are your bridal engagement and anniversary jeweler headquarters. Been serving Memphians and Mid-Southerners for about 24 years in that same East Memphis location. They are also full-service jewelers with 2 bench jewelers ready to serve you daily. It's James Gaddis Jewelers, 4900 Poplar, between Mendenhall and St. Elmo. When we come back, we got some baseball news to get into. Also, John Morant and the All-Star campaign. Is 5 games enough? I know there's more games to come, but my gosh, a guy who is terrific, does he belong if he hasn't played the games? We went through this last year with the Rookie of the Year and John Morant and Zion Williamson. We will discuss that on the program. And Tennessee makes a decision on Kevin Steele. This is Middays on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1 and 98.5 FM.
Grab a seat for a happy hour with John Harden.
Passengers will please fasten their seatbelts.
On Sports 56 Happy Hour. Weekdays from 1 to 3 on Sports 56, 98.5 FM and 96.1 FM.
It's the Start Something New sales event on now at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram on the Pike, where you'll find 2020 Jeep Renegade Latitude 4-wheel drive, IIHS top safety pick, $19,688 or $245 a month. You ready to charge up in your new 2020 Dodge Charger? We Gossett at $24,990 or $325 a month. And get Ram tough in a 2020 Ram 1500 Tradesman Crew Cab 4x2, just $26,740 or $349 a month. So drive past the rest and come to the best at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat 1901 Covington Pike, or shop online anytime at GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Almost finance through Chrysler, all 3,500 cash down, 75 months at 4.10% APR. Renegade LPMO 2132, MSRP 26,580. Charger LH 248,214, MSRP 32,860. Ram LS 156,730, MSRP 38,185. Includes all rebates and incentives. PS 695 excludes tax and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/news. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey everybody, you are going to love this. A demo sale on barely driven Chevys is going on right now out here in Olive Branch at All Star Chevrolet. I'm seeing Traverse, Blazer, Equinox, Impala, Malibus used only as loaners by the service department. They're just like new with all the warranties, but you get thousands off the price. This may be your best month to get that new All-Star Chevy you've been dying for. I just drove the all-new 2021 Tahoe. I can't believe how nice these things have got. You're going to feel like a king in your own castle. This might be my New Year's resolution to myself. Or how about an all-new 3-row Traverse? Thousands in Chevy cash back, financing as low as $0. That's right. Right now, financing is as low as $0 for 84 months on a brand new 2020 Trax. And over $2,000 cash back to you. Remember, it's not Mount Moriah, not Covington Pike, not Collierville or South Haven. It's got to be Olive Branch, people. And everyone at All-Star Chevrolet has one job, just one job, to make sure that you have more fun, you get the best deal, and in record time. So find new roads to All-Star Chevy or online at allstarautogroup.com.
Speaking of golf, this is Marty Fulton. You probably remember me from Holiday Golf, Whispering Woods, or Plantation. I'm a PGA Life member, and over the years I found whenever I advised Sheldon Rosengarten with Mark Spinsdorf about his golf game, whether it was about equipment or a swing, invariably he still couldn't hit the ball out of a paper bag, mainly because he spent so much time selling homes. That's why people often say, when you want the job done, you call Sheldon.
Thanks, Marty. That's right. I spend far too much time on my house game than on my golf game. I tell people that they need to talk to 2 to 3 real estate brokers and make sure that I am one of them. They need to find out the difference in what others do and my highly successful strategic marketing program with the Shellbucks option. If you or someone you know is thinking of selling their home, have them contact me, Shell Dunn Rosengarten at 682-1868 or memphisrelocate.com. That's 682-1868 or memphisrelocate.com. Do it now.
All 75 months at 3.4%. G4, MHFO1604, MSRP 17735. Sport, MU002364, MSRP 24740. Outlander, LZO 39486, MSRP 26630. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695. Excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Start 2021 with a bang and your new ride from Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. Spend less time filling up and more time getting to the things you love with the 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, 41 mpg highway, $14,994 or $179 a month. Adventure ready 2021 Outlander Sport, $19,673 or $239 a month. And Gossett Mitsubishi has the feature-filled family SUV 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander, $21,643 or $269 a month. Not leases, you own them. Plus, you get Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Now, back to Sports 56 Middays. This hour of Sports 56 Middays is brought to you by James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar. Here once again are Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
Big thanks to Anthony Miller for joining us on the program. If you missed the interview, we'll post that for you on the website at sports56whbq.com. Just check out featured audio, and you will find it there. We will have 10 in a row, the game show that has swept the nation, a little bit later on in this hour. Matt Dillon will join us at 12:05 for the weekly Tiger basketball report, and then 5 favorite songs at 12:30. Your 5 favorite songs as we wrap up the segment. All right, a couple of things from different sports I want to go through. First of all, Jock Peterson, now a member of the Chicago Cubs, $1 million, or I make that a $7 million deal for 1 year. Not a bad little pickup. What do you think? You're laughing. I like him.
Well, they replaced Kyle Schwarber with
I knew you were going to say that.
With the less good Kyle Schwarber.
What do you mean the less good Kyle Schwarber?
He's not as good as Kyle Schwarber.
He's got a better batting average. He puts the ball in play more times than Schwarber.
Have you seen Jock Peterson's stats?
I am looking right at him. They're not great, but did you see Schwarber's?
Yeah, I know exactly. They're the exact same as Jock Peterson's, only slightly better for the most part.
Was Schwarber an all-star?
Schwarber an all-star? No, he's never been an all-star.
Yeah, no. Peterson's been an all-star. Posted an 864 OPS against right-handers. So he's not bad against right-handers.
And
123 home runs.
Very good against right-handed
123 dingers in 687 regular season games.
He was very good as a rookie. Since then, he had a good year a couple years ago. Basically the same year that Kyle Schwarber had that same year.
He's got a cool name.
Last year they were both terrible.
He's got a cool name. All right. Adam Wainwright is back in St. Louis. Wainwright re-ups with the Cards, 1 year, $8 million. I guess that was to be expected, right?
Yeah, all along they've said that he was, in all likelihood, going to be back with them.
Now they still have to make a deal and decide on Yadier Molina, but you got to think that's a mere formality, right? Yadi's got to be back and play. Now Colton Wong, I think he could return, but if they didn't agree upon a deal to bring him back, I can understand that, but not Yadi.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some talk about some other teams, but it seems as though it's heading down the path that Molina will be back there. There's a lot of reports yesterday about them having conversations with the Rockies about acquiring Nolan Arenado, which would be a massive acquisition if they could pull that off. I don't know what they would be giving up and how but if you could, Nolan Arenado would be massive for them.
Then we saw the other day where Steve Matz went to Toronto. Toronto's been spending a lot of money, but have the Mets completed the deal yet to bring in Trevor Bauer?
No,
that is not. It's not done now.
But that's what our friend Dave Sampson, who by the way has been battling COVID-19, he tweeted out that you don't get rid of a frontline starting pitcher unless you're going to get a better frontline starting pitcher. So he thinks it's inevitable that happens for the Mets, and Cohen's spending a lot of money since he bought the team.
Yeah, Matz was not good at all last year, but still, I think there's still high expectations for him and what he could end up being. But yeah, the Blue Jays they're going for it. I'll give them credit. They are not holding back. They are going full bore after this thing. Obviously, trying to chase down the Yankees. We'll see what happens with the Rays. Obviously they had a great year, but when you get rid of Snell and you're the Rays, they can't ever afford to pay people. I don't know where they'll be, but the Blue Jays are certainly going for it.
From the world of college football, Kevin Steele is out at Tennessee, and he gets $900,000 is what is owed to him for being hired less than a month ago to be an assistant on the defensive side, not the defensive coordinator, but 900 G's to be a defensive assistant. And now they've decided they're going to go in a different route as far as new coach Josh Heupel and his DC is concerned and his defensive staff, in fact, his entire coaching staff. Kevin Steele shows up in Knoxville. I don't know how long he was there. I don't know if he did anything, and he's getting 900 G's.
He was the interim head coach. What do you mean you don't have? What an era. What an era.
That's right. He was the interim head coach after the season and before anything was. Maybe he did a few things on the recruiting
Kevin
trail.
Steele era. I'll say this. I think the Kevin Steele era much more successful than the Derek Dooley era.
How about the Allen Iverson era or the Andre Iguodala era? That is just the money being spent by Tennessee to pay off people to.
Well, they just saved a bunch of money on Jeremy Pruitt. They don't need to worry about what's $900,000 for Kevin Steele if you save $12 million on Jeremy Pruitt.
They saved a bunch of money on their car insurance, I believe. But no, you're paying off the contract of Danny White or what the buyout was. You're paying off half of the buyout of Heupel. You're now paying Heupel. You had to pay off Pruitt. You had to pay off Kevin Steele. It's just, man, oh, man, they're getting in line to get some greenbacks. They didn't pay off Pruitt. They didn't pay him off at all?
No, they fired him with cause. That's the whole thing. They didn't pay him.
No, but you and I agree that there's going to be some type of court deal and they will settle. There is going to be money paid off eventually to Jeremy Pruitt.
There's a good chance, yes, because Jeremy Pruitt will fight it like anybody else would. But they have not paid Jeremy Pruitt anything right now.
Exactly, not yet. But they are going to pay some money. I mark my words, they're going to pay some money. The bottom line is that they have the money to be able to throw around like it's nothing. And that deal, that's the job I want. That job that Jeremy Pruitt just got in Knoxville. I don't know what's going to happen.
Jeremy Pruitt just got?
Sorry.
You don't want the job Jeremy Pruitt just got in
Knoxville. No, the job that Kevin Steele got. But Kevin Steele is still a capable defensive coordinator, even though, again, he was hired as a member of the defensive coaching staff. Is there a possibility he could end up on a staff somewhere this upcoming season? What's available out there? I know a lot of defensive coordinators and OCs have been hired here in the last 3 weeks.
I would guess that, yes, Kevin Steele will probably have a job somewhere.
And we talked with Blake Topmeyer yesterday on the show, covers the Vols, and he threw out the name. Not that he heard any inside information. This was basically what his thought only, that Will Muschamp would make a lot of sense if he was willing to go to Knoxville, coach with Josh Heupel, coach up the defense. We know that he's a really good defensive coordinator. Not so much a head coach. So he's out there still, I would assume, looking for a job. Recently, Jim Leavitt went to SMU. He was at Florida Atlantic. It'll be interesting also to see what UCF does with their head coaching position. I don't believe Randy Shannon, who's the interim right now, will get the permanent job. He's a former Miami head coach. He's been a head coach, so he is experienced. But I don't know if that's the route they're going to take.
I would not think that would be it. I know I've heard Gus Malzahn's name come up there, Tom Herman's name come up there. I would, if I was them, I would look long and hard at Tom Herman if I could get him. He's already proven he could win in the conference. I would. I think if I was them, I would be trying to get Tom Herman.
I saw this story yesterday about Auburn. I don't know if you saw it. The new football facility. It's estimated to cost $91.9 million. Their new football facility will include 2 recording studios, a flight simulator, and a barbershop. How do you compete, some of these schools, for the services of a player when they can go and have that at their...
You build one that has 3 recording studios, 2 flight simulators, and 2 barbershops.
Yeah, but unfortunately, everybody can't do that.
You just put a bunch of money in a bag of in a McDonald's.
There you go.
Come on, we're overthinking this, man.
Or you could go that route, or you could just go to McDonald's, get a Big Mac, throw a few $1,000s in there, and give that to the kids.
Well, where is Tennessee after all that's done?
Would you rather?
What happened to Tennessee?
Would you rather have the opportunity to play on a flight simulator or get you $5,000 with your chicken McNuggets? Which one's better?
If it's quarter pounder with cheeses, now we're talking. Now we're talking. By the way, I got a couple quarter pounders. We did 2 for $5 the other day. I go home with the bag. They're quarter pounders. There's no cheese on them. The box says it's quarter pounder with cheese. There's no cheese on the quarter pounders. It's a quarter pounder with cheese. It's a Royale with cheese. That's the Big Mac.
You didn't do enough to bribe him, Greg. Come on now.
From the NFL,
No, the Royale with cheese is the quarter pounder.
Oh, is it? Is it?
Yes. Because they don't have
the Big Mac's the Big Mac
metric system. Yes,
the Big Mac's the Big Mac. Yeah, so that's what I had. I had a couple of Royales without cheese. The Detroit Lions have hired Mark Brunell as quarterbacks coach. They've also hired Deuce Staley to their staff. Deuce Staley was with the Philadelphia Eagles, so that is Dan Campbell's staff. And if you missed this, Anthony Lynn, who I like a lot, is now the new offensive coordinator with the Lions after spending the last 3 years with the Chargers as their head coach. One other thing, and then we'll take a timeout, and then we'll come back and do 10 in a row, the game show that has swept the nation. As we talked about yesterday, NBA All-Star Game balloting is now available. We don't know if there's an All-Star Game. We know the original All-Star Game for the All-Star Week is off, All-Star Weekend, Saturday night, all that stuff. They're not having that. But they're talking about having a game in Atlanta. Nobody knows if that'll happen yet, but they're going to have to make a decision soon. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but they may do it. But either way, they're going to have the balloting to see who's all-stars, whether or not they have the game. So the campaign now is on for John Morant. And we know, of course, in this loaded West, it's extremely hard. Yesterday I said that I think Mike Conley should finally be an all-star. There were a couple of times in Memphis where you said, yes, he should be an all-star, but the numbers game, he loses out. How's he going to beat out some of these guys in the West? And he wasn't able to. I think this year he's having a magnificent year, and so is Utah. John Morant, yes, he's an all-star caliber player. He is a budding star in this league, if not a superstar one day, which you hope that you can become that in this market. I don't know. But so far this year, he's played 5 games. Let's be honest here. Sure, your hometown fans are going to vote you in. They're going to vote. But he's played 5 games. He's missed 3 weeks with an injury. Hold your roll here. It would be nice, but John Morant, I don't think, is an all-star.
No, I mean, yeah, obviously, when you've only played so few games, you shouldn't be. I mean, quite frankly, but even if he had played the full season, it's difficult enough to try and get in there. I mean, right off the top, I would guess that Luka and Steph Curry will be the 2 guards voted in the West. I mean, maybe Damian Lillard, but probably going to be Luka and Steph Curry are your 2 Western Conference guards that are voted in as starters.
So they have LeBron as a forward.
Yeah, I mean,
even though he's a wing, but yeah,
he's a forward. He plays the 3 for them.
Yeah, but a lot of times in his career, LeBron James brings up a basketball.
He's a point forward. I mean, yes, he has the ball in his hands, but he plays the 3 position. He's clearly the 3 on that team.
And they distinguish that on the All-Star, like the ballots, the forwards, the center. It's not just
front court and back court. It's guards and front court.
Okay.
So if Luka and Curry are voted in, then you're competing, trying to get in with Damian Lillard, C.J. McCollum, although McCollum probably wouldn't be able to play even if they have the game because
he's hurt.
Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker,
Jamal Murray,
who he's not having a great year this year, but probably will get a lot of respect just because of what he did in the playoffs last year. You know, you got John Wall over now,
DeRozan.
DeRozan will be in that. Victor Oladipo now over into the Western Conference. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's having a fantastic year at Oklahoma City.
De'Aaron Fox.
I mean, you mentioned Conley. Like, there's a lot of guys that you're competing with. I mean, Damian Lillard is a guarantee. There's no doubt that Damian Lillard, Steph Curry, Luka Doncic are in the All-Star game. All 3 of those guys are Western Conference guards. So then you're...
What about Paul George? Is he forward or guard?
Forward.
Okay.
I mean, Donovan Mitchell probably a pretty good chance because of what he did in the playoffs last year. They're really good this year. He's having a great year this year. Donovan Mitchell probably going to be a shoo-in this year for an All-Star.
I agree.
So that's 4 guards right there who are pretty much guaranteed.
And that's going to hurt Conley, too, his own teammate.
Yeah, no question. I don't think Conley will be an All-Star this year because I don't think they're going to put 2 Utah Jazz guards on there because of the.
But last year was the debate. There was no debate. John Morant was the Rookie of the Year, but people nationally tried to debate. Well, Zion, even though he only played this amount of games, and we all said he only played that many games, there's no chance that he's the Rookie of the Year. Well, again, they're arguing now that he should be an All-Star. He's played 5 games. I know there's a few more games to be played, but come on, that's ridiculous. He's valuable. We know we love Ja. He is a budding star, but
never let those types of facts get in the way when they hurt your argument. don't just use them when they help your argument.
That's right. Lawn Solutions is a locally owned weed control fertilization company that serves the greater Memphis area. Brandon Holly is the owner of this company. He is a team of professionals that can take care of your lawn, and they can do it all year long. Go to lawnsolutionsinc.net or give them a call and tell them I sent you. 901-867-5626. When I say all year long, that's exactly what they do. They control the germination of the weeds by applying the pre-emergence during the winter months, the post-emergence during the summer months. So when spring is sprung, those weeds aren't sprung. But again, if the weeds are there and you haven't used the services of Lawn Solutions, they can kill those weeds for you as well. They can take care of any disease your lawn has or any insect infestation. It's Lawn Solutions, lawnsolutionsinc.net. Give them a call at 901-867-5626. When we return, 10 in a row. Jump on the phone lines right now. Don't delay. 360-8255. 10 in a row is next. This is Sports 56 Middays.
Let Dave Voloshin and Brett Nordsworthy take you home with Sports Time on Sports 56. Weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 on Sports 56, 98.5 and 96.1.
Do not wait for summer. Get your pool now during the early bird pool sale at Family Leisure through February the 7th. You can reserve your installation spot on your new pool purchase from Family Leisure. You know the price is like the temperature. They'll go up when it gets warmer, so you must reserve yours now. Family Leisure has hundreds of spas on order, so reserve yours now. The early bird pool sales happening now at Family Leisure, Whidden Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
All 36-month leases, $31.49 due at signing, 0 security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, Forte ME296 274, MSRP 20,625, sold M77 55,682, MSRP 20,315, K5 MG 003199, MSRP 25,725, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title and license with approved credit warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details. Offer valid through 1/31/21, dealer stock only.
It's time to be happy with your new ride from Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah. Jeff's waiting for you with a 2021 Kia Forte, $142 a month lease. Redesigned 2021 Kia Soul, $148 a month lease. And 2021 Kia K5, $182 a month lease. All just 36 months, $31.49 due at signing. Plus, every Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah comes with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia, 2680 Mount Moriah or KiaMountMoriah.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
When you're in need of quality jeans, shirts, and boots, think Frontier Western Store in Olive Branch. Frontier has thousands of square feet of merchandise at everyday low prices. Tons of jeans by Carhartt, Wrangler, and Ariat. Whether you're after classic denim jeans, dungarees, or work pants, you'll find it among Frontier's amazing selection of stylish modern fits. Flame retardant jeans and shirts are now available as well. Cold weather is here, and Frontier is restocked with insulated overalls, coats, and beanies by Carhartt. Jackets by Ariat available as well. Don't forget the boots. Frontier boasts thousands of pairs of boots in stock. Whether you want a nice pair of dress boots or need super tough work boots, Frontier has you covered. Steel toe or soft, waterproof, square toe or round, we've got them all. Ariat, Durango, Dan Post, Rocky, and many more brands. You're guaranteed to find your next favorite pair at Frontier. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Or shop online 24/7 at FrontierWesternStore.com. Family owned and operated since 1967.
You hear the phrase all day, every day. In these uncertain times this, in these uncertain times that. Well, in these uncertain times, one thing I know for certain, you want you some Central Barbecue. Central Barbecue is open for you to dine in or carry-out, online orders, and curbside pickup. And another thing you could be certain about is this. We're doing everything in our power to keep you and our staff safe. You can be sure that everyone working at any Central Barbecue is following every safety protocol there is, and they'll encourage you to do the same. Come on in and get some Central Barbecue. And yes, your face covering is probably going to end up with some sauce on it. A small price to pay for safety.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage, factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you're treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
Now, back to Sports 56 Middays. This hour of Sports 56 Middays is brought to you by James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar. Here once again are Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
The Titans have promoted Todd Downing to offensive coordinator, replacing Arthur Smith, who has moved on to become the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. Downing was the tight ends coach last season. And Shane Bowen, according to Teresa Walker, now has the title of defensive coordinator to go along with the work he did last season without it. So he moves up in prominence as he becomes the new DC of the Titans. Right now, we need you to jump on the phone lines at 360-8255 because it's time for 10 in a row.
Not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9, but 10 in a row.
10 in a row is the game show that has swept the nation, and I really love this topic today, which I'll tell you in just a moment. But first, Eli, what's on the line here?
The winner of 10 in a row today is going to get $25 to Sunrise. They're on Jefferson Avenue. Fantastic breakfast and lunch for the folks at Sunrise. And also $25 in piggy bucks from Central Barbecue.
All right, we don't have a lot of time, so please, if you want to play, you want to participate, jump on the phone lines at 360-8255. The question, head coaches who have won multiple Super Bowls. The Super Bowl coming up a week from Sunday, Super Bowl 55, and although we won't be on Radio Row this year with the pandemic and all that stuff, we will have a lot of guests next week to talk Super Bowl 55, so stay tuned for that because, you know, you always get the best Super Bowl coverage right here on Sports 56. Head coaches who have won multiple Super Bowls. I'll give you the name of a head coach. If they have won multiple, it's yes. If not, no. I'm not talking about how many they've participated in. They had to be a head coach. Head coaches who have won multiple Super Bowls. 360-8255. Let's go. Let's get on the phone lines. We're going to do this for about 4 or 5 minutes and then wrap it up.
Get $25 to Sunrise, $25 to Central Barbecue. Going to the winner of 10 in a row today at 360-8255, the First Bank phone line. Leading us off is going to be Michael. Hey, Michael.
Hello.
Hey, Michael. Head coaches who have won multiple Super Bowls. George Seifert.
No.
360-8255. Not the way to start.
That was not a good start. That is for sure. Got some folks getting in line right now, but we do still have one open line as well. 360-8255 for $25 at Sunrise, $25 at Central Barbecue. Let's see what Taylor can do. Hey, Taylor.
How's it going?
Good, Taylor. Bud Grant.
No.
Tom Landry.
Yes.
Pete Carroll.
No.
Jimmy Johnson.
Yes.
Bill Cowher.
No.
Dick Vermeil.
No.
John Fox.
Yes.
360-8255. Good run there, but not good enough.
All right. Next up is Kevin. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hi, Kevin. George Seifert.
Yes.
Hank Stram.
No.
Tom Flores.
No.
360-8255. Head coaches who have won multiple Super Bowls.
Isn't that in the Coors Light commercial? Don't they mention that? I think
they do. And that he's not in the Hall of Fame. And he gives the little look to the camera.
Joe is next. Hey, Joe.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hi,
Doing
Joe.
good, man.
Okay, we go to the second list, and Bud Grant.
No.
Tom Landry.
Yes.
Pete Carroll.
No.
Jimmy Johnson.
Yes.
Bill Cowher.
No.
Dick Vermeil.
No.
John Fox.
No.
Mike Shanahan.
Yes.
Joe Gibbs.
Yes.
Tom Coughlin.
Yes.
Winner.
Very well done, Joe. Congratulations. You got yourself $25 at Sunrise, $25 from Central Barbecue coming your way. Hold on. Zach will take care of you.
I know we're not going to do a second chance because, one, we don't have a lot of time, but we've done it, I think, the last 3 weeks. So, Eli, I will quiz you on list 1. George Seifert.
Yes.
Hank Stram.
No.
Tom Flores.
Yes.
Andy Reid.
No.
Mike Tomlin.
Yes.
That's a no. Vince Lombardi.
Yes.
Mike Holmgren.
No.
Marv Levy.
No.
Dan Reeves.
No.
Chuck Knoll.
Yes.
There you go. That's 10 in a row. The game show that has swept the nation. We do it each and every Friday.
So, by the way, I looked up these stats for you. This is to tell you about Jock Peterson versus Kyle Schwarber.
Okay.
Their 162-game average for their careers. Batting average, Peterson 230, Schwarber 230. On-base percentage, Peterson 336, Schwarber 336.
Oh, my gosh.
Slugging percentage, Peterson 470, Schwarber 480. Peterson 28 home runs, 66 RBIs, Schwarber 36 home runs, 82 RBIs.
Ooh.
Peterson is the better defensive version of Kyle Schwarber, only Kyle Schwarber is a little better offensively. It's ridiculous. And I've never liked Jock Peterson as a player.
Wait. Did you want them to retain Schwarber?
If the other thing was Jock Peterson,
okay.
then I would rather.
How much would they have had to pay Schwarber?
Schwarber was going to make like $8 million this year, $9 million.
I understand. I can understand where you'd be upset with that. It's pretty even. Celebrate the 55th edition of the big game with exclusive 55-1 odds on FanDuel Sportsbook. And if you've never tried FanDuel before, new users can bet on either team and get 55-1 odds when the Chiefs meet the Buccaneers a week from Sunday. That's right. You can bet $5, win $275 if you pick the winner of the big game on February 7th. I haven't changed my mind. Who knows what will happen next week, but I certainly think the Chiefs are going to win this game. I've been betting football on FanDuel all season long. It's easy to use, fast withdrawals, odds boosts, and specials. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Use promo code GASMAN to get started. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code GASMAN. Must be 21 or older and present in Tennessee. New users only. Must wager on designated boost market. Deposit is required. Max bonus $275. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For problem gambling support, call 1-800-889-9789. Coming up, our final hour of the day. For us, our final hour this week as well. Our final hour for the month of January. This is our final show. So a lot to thank you for in this great month of January as we kicked off 2021 with your listenership. We always appreciate your texts as well. And in fact, when we have Matt Dillon on to start hour number 3 with the Tiger Basketball Report, if you have any questions for Matt or any comments you want to make about Tigers basketball, just text in on the First Bank text line at 67129. We have Matt Dillon. We have 5 favorite songs. A busy third hour still to come. This is Middays on A Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, and 98.5.
75 months at 3.4%. G4, MHFO1604, MSRP 17735. Sport, MU00234, MSRP 24740. Outlander LZO 39486, MSRP 26630. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Start 2021 with a bang and your new ride from Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. Spend less time filling up and more time getting to the things you love with the 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, 41 mpg highway, $14,994 or $179 a month. Adventure ready 2021 2021 Outlander Sport, $19,673 or $239 a month. And Gossett Mitsubishi has the feature-filled family SUV 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander, $21,643 or $269 a month. Not leases, you own them. Plus, you get Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Hey folks, I'm Jarrett Carter. My family recently purchased East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quince and White Station, and we're excited to offer the best selection of Big Green Egg and Traeger grills. And then don't forget about our Benjamin Moore Paint Studio and the Garden Center for flowers. Save 60% with our new Duracell key fob replacement program. We have a master locksmith service as well as glass cutting and screen repair. The East Memphis Ace Hardware, located at Quince and White Station behind Three Little Pigs.
A good friend of mine told me about this awesome place for lunch.
Oh, yeah? What's the name?
Neil's Grill and Bar, where the fat man rocks. Everybody knows Neil.
Where's it located?
It's located in Yorkshire Square off of Quince.
And what's it like?
The best lunch place in Memphis. You know, like real mashed potatoes and gravy. Everything is made from scratch. Monday through Friday, daily lunch specials like Monday baked chicken, Tuesday chicken fried steak, yum, fried chicken livers every Wednesday, Friday Salisbury steak, barbecue chicken, or if you just want a vegetable plate, the best veggies in town.
What about the lunch price?
Meat and 2 veggies, $7.95. Meat and 3 veggies, $9.99. And veggie plate, $8.95. Big fat boy portions, man.
Man, you're making me hungry.
Come hear the best live local music at Neil's. Mondays karaoke, Tuesdays Debbie Jameson, Wednesdays Elmo and the Shades, Thursdays Eddie Smith, and the best Memphis music all weekend at Neil's Bar and Grill.
Where the fat man rocks.
Mid-South, there's never been a better time to buy than right now at Gossett Kia on Covington Pike. So start your new year in a new ride like 2021 Kia Forte, $142 a month lease. The all-new 2021 Kia Soul, completely redesigned exterior and interior, yours for $148 a month lease. Plus the sporty midsize sedan 2021 Kia K5, $182 a month lease. All 36 months, $31.49 due at signing. Plus Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So hurry to Gossett Kia Covington Pike. Online, KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 36-month leases, $31.49 due at signing, 0 security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, Forte ME296 274, MSRP $20,625, sold M77 55,682, MSRP $20,315, K5 MG 003,199, MSRP $25,725, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF $695, excludes tax title and license with approved credit warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details. Offer valid through 1/31/21, dealer stock only.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Now, back to Sports 56 Middays. This hour is brought to you by East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quince and White Station. Here once again are Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
The weekend just about here. One more hour to go here on Sports 56 Middays. Greg, Eli, and Zach. Gabe Kuhn and Drew Barrett will be in for John Harden today. Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio comes your way starting at 1 o'clock. We're in the Family Leisure Studios where family and fun come together. Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40. Tomorrow there will actually be a college football game. It'll be the Senior Bowl, played tomorrow at Ladd-Peebles Stadium, where it's always played in Mobile, Alabama. And Memphis kicker Riley Patterson will be participating in the Senior Bowl. It will start at 1:30 if you want to check it out. It will be televised on the NFL Network. So that's kind of cool. Right now it's time for Matt Dillon.
It's time to talk Tiger hoops. It's the Tiger Basketball Report with Matt Dillon of the Tiger Radio Network. The Tiger Basketball Report is brought to you by Central Barbecue, South Hall Cafe, Binswanger Glass, A&J's Catfish Station, Collierville Auto Center, Paradise Cafe, and Crab Kings. Now, here's Matt Dillon with Greg and Eli.
He is Matt Dillon, Tigers basketball radio analyst. This is the Tigers Basketball Report. Matt joins us every Friday during the college basketball season. Mr. Dillon, how are you today?
Well, kind of like JR. I got a shot last night into the game. Man, what an interesting ending to that game down in Moody Coliseum.
And how appropriate you go with a Dallas reference. I guess you planned that out. Very nicely done, Matt Dillon.
Yeah, we had the music going in. Everything was rolling, man, and then the end didn't come out so like we wanted it to, unfortunately.
What do you think about the whole sequence of the play, the timeout, then the shot, the whole deal in the final moments when the Tigers certainly had a great opportunity to steal one at SMU?
Well, it was set up, what we understand what DeAndre Williams told us and what I could see, he pretty had the guy sealed, and, the pass wasn't there. Hunt was on the ball, and I think that really bothered Alex throwing the ball in. I mean, there wasn't anything wrong with the way the play was set up, but when you go out front and throw that pass, boy, there's just no way you're going to have time almost to get that thing off. Of course, there was a defender there and Jolly as well, but just execution. A lot of people are saying, he was held and everything else, and unfortunately, that, and of course Eli knows that as well. You're not going to get that call at the end of a game unless you just manhandle a guy. So, he may have been held. You go into a line set, there's a lot of pushing and shoving anyway because you're breaking off of it. And, they came ball side, and there was the guy on the ball, and he just couldn't get the pass in there. And I think he had to get, the time was going down. Very close to a 5-second call. He had to get rid of it and had to get it in bounds. And the only place he could go was out front. And even if you catch it clean, that's a hard shot to make probably because you got to get it and get yourself, make sure you're in your hands in the right position, your feet may be set or whatever. You got to get it away quick. You can't dally around. So, conjecture, maybe you go to a box set there. Some people were talking about that. But, the play was set up. Just got to execute it and weren't able to do it. And inbound pass certainly was the key to that last night.
Yeah, I said earlier, is there a foul on that play? Probably, but you watch those inbounds plays at the end of games like that where you run that kind of lineup, there's guys being held and shoved and pushed everywhere, and you probably could. That's kind of like holding in football. You could probably call a foul on every one of those inbound plays. No question.
And end of a game, they're going to let you get away a little more. The officials are not going to be put in that situation. They don't want to be. After you shove a guy, knock him down, obviously that's a foul. But contact like that, especially on a line set where guys are breaking off, and people, they're up against guys and they're leaning on them. So there's some contact and just weren't able to get it off. But, the comeback was great last night. They could have, folded the tent and didn't do it, 16 down. You come back and you actually get in front. And I made the remark to Dave last night on the broadcast that one thing about it, though, to come back that far, almost everything has to go right. Mm-hmm. And you get there, and how many times have you seen teams come back all the way and tied, or they may get a 1-point lead, and then a couple of things go the other way, and it changes it back, especially when you're on the road. Because the home team is favored in a situation. It just is. And when you get down there at the end, home team's got a little bit of advantage there. It seems like they got that second little jolt of things that happen, a little burst there, then maybe they make one or two plays where they can pull it out. But, that was a great opportunity, guys, last night for a quadrant run win. And, you had it right there, and it kind of makes you sick because that would have made a big, big difference, I think, later on in the year. If you're talking about maybe at large or something, that one win, you could kind of circle it around maybe to be the difference, getting a bid to the NCAA tournament. But the chance was there. Certainly a lot of things, went right down the stretch for them. And then, boy, it felt really bad for Ellis because, last year I think it was a little better free throw shooter. This year he's in the 60s. Last year a little bit better. But it's funny. I don't know why it is, but making 3 in a row, it just seems hard.
It is. Especially if you're 67% free throw shooter, you're supposed to make 2.
That's right, and he probably would have made 2 out of 3.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, when you think about it, and that's a lot of responsibility to you're standing up there, and if you're in the first half and it's 7 minutes to go in the first half, you don't think about it as much. When you're on the line there, boy, that pressure. They can say what they want to. It's tough when you go up there and have to do that.
Hey, I don't want to harp on the officiating too much. We just talked about that final sequence. But a little bit earlier, there was the offensive foul called against Lomax, which I just thought they butchered. I didn't see it. I didn't see him dipping down other than his natural motion to shoot. Did you see it any differently? Did you believe that was the right call?
No, I didn't think that was the right call. In fact, I said something about it on the broadcast. I don't really say much about officials. Greg, you work with me, and I don't really say very much about them. But I did not think that was an offensive foul, to be honest with you. And that was a big call, too, as well, absolutely, because he chance to go in and score there. And it's funny. That's something that drives me nuts all year long, offensive fouls. It's just crazy. One guy will call it one way, another referee will call it another way.
Right.
It's just not any consistency to it, and you just don't know. You got to hold your breath when that whistle blows. Well, was that an offensive foul or was that a block? We don't know. You just have to try to hope that it goes your way, and unfortunately, that one did not go your way.
Matt, the first inbounds they did there late in the game where they had called the timeout, they drew up something, they inbounded it, kind of stood around for a while, then had to call the second timeout. Do you know what happened on the first play? Because it looked like nobody had an idea what was going on.
Yeah, they didn't move. They really didn't.
It was like standing there.
Everybody was on the same page, to be honest. And of course, you go into a huddle, and I know this sounds crazy. Going back to when I was coaching high school football, you go out and you call a timeout, and you go out and you talk to guys, and everybody's nodding their head, and you understand. Yeah, I do. Well, when you come out and then something else happens, it just I don't know what it is about players. Sometimes it seems like that happens. It didn't seem like everybody was on the same page right there, maybe understanding what they wanted to do. And actually, Coach Hardaway, he had to call timeout because they weren't moving.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So they used the time down. He had to do something, and he called timeout, and he realized it quickly. And boy, again, there's one or two things in a game. Now think about that. And then they inbound the ball, and everybody's executing. They may have scored there, and the whole thing changed. But yeah, they didn't look like they were on the same page. They really didn't. There was no movement.
It worked out okay because he actually got a free timeout where they did the clock review, because I think like to have to use your last timeout when you just used a timeout, normally that could have backfired. Now they, like I said, they got the free timeout because the video review to set up that final play, but it was just weird when they inbounded that ball, and like literally, so I was like, are they going to really just hold for the final shot here? What are they going to do? Because everybody's just standing there and Lomax is dribbling the basketball as the clock runs down.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Are they going to hold for the last shot? I mean, that's what I was thinking, and don't think that was the intent, and I think everybody just wasn't on the same page, and he realized it quickly and got the timeout. And again, I don't have any problem with that last play. I mean, he was sealed in there and had a chance, probably just couldn't get the pass to him. And that's tough when you're Lomax and you're smaller and you got Hunt, who's about 6'7" on the ball. That's hard to throw through that guy. That's very difficult to do that, especially out of bounds on him when you're right there and then you're jammed into a smaller area where everybody's going right together. And if he got it clean, Williams probably had a chance maybe to do something, but unfortunately wasn't able to do it. But a lot of ups and downs in that game last night. Again, fellas, and I don't know what it is. You bring a sports psychologist in or whatever, but the starts, again, are getting behind the eight ball, and it just seems like you got to dig out of a hole the entire game to get back. We're able to do it at home. On the road, it's certainly more difficult to do that, but the turnovers, again, it seems like the worst times you have them. The first half, they were just turning the ball over. I tell you, the first half, I was really worried about the thing getting away because they were just turning the ball over like a machine in the first half. I don't know if it's lack of concentration or whatever. I don't think SMU's a great defensive team. They're okay. I mean, they're not like they're going to get out there and really force a lot of turnovers. It's just a mental situation. And Coach Hardaway, he talked to us after the game. He said, I'm not happy about it. He said, they should be able to handle the ball and be in tune, and just weren't ready to go at the start. And SMU came out and got the lead, and that certainly helped them, I think, after their disappointment here on Tuesday night.
It's unfortunate, but this is not a small sample size. This is a large sample size. They struggle early on in games. Now, people have been harping, including us, on the last 3 games prior to last night. They won all those games despite slow starts, and you had Jaden Hardaway start the game. Now, Jaden Hardaway is a vastly improved player from last year, but everybody knows he shouldn't be a starter. However, I understand the superstition of coaches. You win, you stick with that lineup. But again, they get out to slow starts. It's not just because of Jaden. I don't know what the reason is. And these turnovers, so many of them, as you know, Matt, are unforced. Dribble off your foot, step on the baseline, step on the sideline, throw it into the second row. Could you imagine if a team pressed Memphis early on in the game? But in the second half, I don't know if it takes these guys 20 minutes to calm their nerves, to get a talking to at halftime. Whatever the reason is, it just seems like this isn't going to change because it's who they are.
Yeah, it really is, and it's a puzzling thing to me because, of course, you're changing the lineups. Guys, that's a little thing. You're still trying to search one for the point guard. And it's probably going to be Lomax now. I mean, I think he's got the confidence. I think he showed that now. Mm-hmm. But how many different lineup changes have you had during this year? Here's Jeffries, and he's on the bench now, and you started other people at other times, and maybe that's part of it. You don't have the same 5 starting all the time because you don't have, you don't know what you're going to get out of some guys some nights. That's one of the hardest things, I think, for a coach. If you can pencil in, this guy's going to do this and this guy's going to do that most of the time. Well, you got Jeffries last night. I mean, guys, he got 2 shots in the game last night, and him not being able to do a lot of things that he normally would do really hurts him. And that changes the complexion of the game as you go along, too. And of course, if you don't have confidence in a guy and he's not playing very well, you got to go with somebody else, and that could be part of it. And you have to settle down, and you have a new offense. You change the offense during the year as well. That could be part of it. Still learning where you're supposed to be. Where do I go here on the floor? If I'm on this side of the ball or away from the ball, what do I do? There's a lot of things, a lot of questions you have to actually, think that's part of it. But from this point on, and it was a lost opportunity last night, but here's the positive thing about it looking forward. To me, Greg and Eli, you look at the standings, the Tigers play the bottom 6 teams in the league with the exception of Houston. Think about it in this next stretch. They got Wichita later on, obviously, late in February, but you got a bunch of games that are winnable in this. And get back on the roll. The problem is with them, when you go with their net ratings, they're not going to help you very much. That's the thing. And you can't slip up against one of these teams almost. Especially, if you get down and you're playing ECU and happen to, which probably won't happen, I'm just saying, or Tulane, you can't lose one of those.
No.
Especially at home. That would be it. You'd have to go to the tournament and win the thing, probably to get in the tournament. So, yeah, it's a stretch where you can do a lot of damage and a stretch where there's some treacherous games as well. And you got to go to UCF, and you don't know what kind of team. They can be good and bad. They knocked off some people this year.
You're home. You're home for 2 against UCF.
Right. You got them. I think USF is another team.
USF, yeah.
You don't know whether they're up and down as well. You got advantage of playing UCF at home twice, which is kind of nice. You got that extra game in there, which is going to help. But gosh, Temple. Here's a Temple game. Now they've only played 8 games. You got to have 17 to play to qualify. And I'm not saying they're going to make the tournament or anything, but they're going to need that game. So what do you do? You look at the Grizzlies' schedule. There's games right in there at home.
Yes.
The Grizzlies are playing.
And games they got to make up, Matt. And games that the Grizzlies have to make up here soon. So you're right. There might not be time to do it.
About the Temple game, Greg? They've only played 8 games.
You're going to have to play in Philly.
Yeah.
Where it was originally scheduled for.
Well, they're going to send them there. You don't know. That's what you wonder. Again, and now what's happening, what we all 3 discussed, time's running out. And if more games get canceled, you got them all jammed together here trying to get them all in. That was the thing we worried about, when these things started, getting canceled as we've gone along. So boy, and you know, you're going to play a lot of games in a short period of time. And I know these guys are young and everything else, but you're playing almost like an NBA schedule now. You're going to go every couple of days, and you know, will that wear a team down? If you get an injury or something, you know, it could change the team dynamically. So there's a lot of questions that are going from this point forward. But the schedule certainly favors the Tigers right now. You got a stretch of home games. You're coming back playing a bunch in a row. I mean, they should win all these home games. They should, and on paper. You just look at it. Obviously, you have to play them, and then you've got some momentum going into Houston. You got to go down there on Valentine's Day, but still, you know, if you got a winning streak going, you go in with a better frame of mind going down to play the Cougars. But I'll tell you guys, I mean, I watched the parts of it in the break, and you know, we would look up and watch the Houston game, and I tell you, they really looked good last night. I know it was Tulane, but still.
They're really good.
They're destroying teams. Every team, they're up by 20, like, in the first 5 minutes, it seems like.
They were up 44-14 at the half.
It's crazy what they're doing. The Tiger Basketball Report brought to you by Central Barbecue, Southall Cafe, Ben Swinger Glass, Crab Kings, Collierville Auto Center, A&J's Catfish Station, and Paradise Cafe. UCF is the one, you know, they had some nice wins early in the year, but here recently they've fallen on some hard times.
They really have. They've changed their lineup. You know, Dre Fuller's, he's on the bench now. They put some of the younger players in there. They're a team that is really a mystery to me. You know, they had that long losing streak, and they had trouble with ECU at home. They beat them by 7. That game was down the last couple of minutes. I had to turn it on, just listen to it to see what they were doing, and they were a 4-point game with a couple of minutes to go. Very interesting team. You know, they've got some young players. You know, C.J. Walker, of course, he transferred from Oregon. He's in the starting lineup now. Isaiah Davis they moved him, the freshman from Florida High School Player of the Year. He's in there now. A couple of young guys. You know, Brandon Mahan is a guy, is a good player, and if you stop him, you kind of, you know, get the monster, you know, conquered, I guess, because he's the guy that really makes him go. You know, Green's a good player. They're not very deep. They're a club that has struggled to score points this year. You think the Tigers defensively are very solid. In fact, they're 9th in the league in scoring. UCF going into play next week. So they're not a team that's going to generate a lot of points. They're not very deep. They're a club that has been mentally up and down. They lost their starting point guard the first game of the year, Tony Johnson. That's affected them a little bit. Their point guard play has been sporadic. They had Perry transfer from Louisville. He's been up and down as well. Didn't like the system there. And, of course, he gets out and comes down to UCF. And Johnny Dawkins is trying to get this team back together. The wonder to me is how they went into Tallahassee.
Yeah,
I know.
Of course, that was early in the year, and they beat Auburn. Auburn a little bit down this year from what they had been. But, you know, they're not a team that's just playing great basketball right now. So you think the advantage is there. And, of course, having played twice at home is an advantage, I think, for the Tigers as well.
Taco Fall's not walking through that door.
He is not.
First of all, the door's not big enough, and he's not walking anyway.
He's not bending over to make sure his head doesn't hit the ceiling there. So, no, that's not happening anytime soon. Matt, we don't have a lot of time, but, again, you were going over the schedule, and it's advantageous in the fact that they're playing a lot of mediocre teams in the conference. But, again, that doesn't help you in the long run. It hurts you if you lose. I don't know how much it helps you if you win, but you have to win. What is conceivable? What will it take? And Eli, jump in on this as well. You got 2 games with Houston. You have a game at Wichita State. You have and then a bunch of other games. What do they have to do to go into the conference tournament, other than having to win the conference tournament, with a chance to maybe get to the final and get an at-large? Can you win? Can you take a loss against Houston and a loss at Wichita State, win everything else, including the one against Houston at home, and be in that position? Or is it going to take a sweep of Houston? What do you think?
I mean, we don't know. We don't know what the other teams that are in that bubble situation are going to do. I think it would have a chance, yes.
But, yeah, that's all I'm asking, is to put yourself into a position, not taking into account what other teams are doing, which is obviously going to be a big part of the committee, what they're looking at. But for Memphis to even have a sniff, right now they're not even close to having a sniff. Is it going to take what? What is it going to take?
Well, obviously, Houston games are going to be the 2 keys. I mean, I think that's the thing about it. I mean, if you could, man, boy, winning twice against them is going to be rough. I mean, and certainly if you did that, it would put you immediately back in the situation as well.
Mm-hmm.
Wichita, you should be able to beat. I wasn't really impressed with them that much when they played here. I think they should be able to handle that game. I think something I said earlier, I don't think you can stumble against one of these other teams. Even if you beat Houston twice, you stumble against somebody like Cincinnati, you're going to have trouble. That's going to put you behind the eight ball. You got to win those games. You got to take care of business in that situation. One against Houston maybe get you in the situation, and maybe Houston stumbles against somebody else. I don't know if they're going to.
Okay.
I haven't looked at their schedule enough to know, but if they're playing the way they are right now, you're just going to have to go in the tournament and hope you can take care of business. The big thing for the Tigers is staying out of that bracket with them. You got to make sure you take care of business, which you should be able to do with the schedule the way it is. You don't want to get in that bracket with Houston.
You prefer Houston
play them for the final.
You prefer Houston and Tulsa to both be on the other side, since Tulsa
Absolutely.
is the kryptonite.
Tulsa's, you're right. Something about Tulsa, they've got the Tigers' number. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's that matchup zone defense. I don't know. They play well against us, and they don't play well against other people. It's kind of strange. But you look at the number of losses in the league. I mean, everybody's at 3 and 4 and 5 right now, with the exception of Wichita's too. But it's just a crazy year.
He is Matt Dillon. This is the Tigers basketball report. We do it each and every Friday. You can listen to Matt call the games with Dave Woloshin on the Tigers Basketball Radio Network. Matt, as always, thank you. Have a terrific weekend. There'll be a lot to talk about next Friday.
Yeah, it'll be a lot. It's going to be a busy week, fellas. And we got a bunch of games, and hopefully Tigers can take care of business.
Thank you, Matt.
The Tiger Basketball Report brought to you by Central Barbecue, South Hall Cafe, Ben Swinger Glass, Crab Kings, Collierville Auto Center, A&J's Catfish Station, and Paradise Cafe. The folks at Paradise Cafe have added a new sandwich to their menu. It is a grilled salmon on a bun topped with lettuce and tomato, made with lemon and basil dressing as well, which sounds absolutely delicious. I can't wait to get over there and try it. All about freshness when you're talking about Paradise Cafe. They're in the Regalia Shopping Center. They're at Poplar and Ridgeway. Again, check out this new sandwich with the grilled salmon, topped with lettuce and tomato, but all their greats. It's the shrimp salad on the croissant is my favorite thing there. Soups, salads, desserts, all kinds of fresh stuff each and every day for you to try out over at Paradise Cafe in the Regalia Shopping Center.
We say sayonara to our 5 favorite songs segment when we return. This is Middays on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1 and 98.5 FM.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on AM 560, 98.5 FM, and 96.1 FM.
75 months at 3.4%. G4, MHFO1604, MSRP 17735. Sport, MU00234, MSRP 24740. Outlander, LZO 39486, MSRP 26630. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695. Excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Start 2021 with a bang and your new ride from Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. Spend less time filling up and more time getting to the things you love with the 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage G4 41 MPG Highway, $14,994 or $179 a month. Adventure Ready 2021 Outlander Sport, $19,673 or $239 a month. And Gossett Mitsubishi has the feature-filled family SUV 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander, $21,643 or $269 a month. Not leases, you own them. Plus, you get Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
2021 is finally here. Might I suggest we start the wonderful new year with a makeover for your beautiful house. I'm Brian Elder. I'm a roofer. I fix roofs. Don't let them tell you that it has to be replaced when all it may need is some love. 867-0303. Let me love on your roof. I've made quite the reputation over the last decade as the guy to call after the insurance company denies the claim. Overturning a claim that has gone bad is an art form where you argue county code, manufacturer specs, and details of your policy that they have to abide by. So let me see it first. If I say it's a claim, it's a claim. 867-0303. Money is free at Brian Elder Roofing with 0% financing for half a decade. I'll measure your roof from outer space and get you a quote right over the phone. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303.
Hey, I heard that you just got a new car.
Yes, I sure did, and I could not believe how simple it was.
Really? Tell me what happened.
I bought my car at Cars Inc. They are family owned, and the choices of cars were the best I've ever seen. They even said they could price match with anyone and help me with whatever financing I needed.
Wow, it does sound like they know what they are doing.
Their family has been in the car business for over 30 years, and they're excited about being in Memphis.
Where are they?
5095 Cummington Way, and their phone number is 901-623-7180.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Ruddock Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day. Group play and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Mid-South, there's never been a better time to buy than right now at Gossett Kia on Covington Pike. So start your new year in a new ride like 2021 Kia Forte, $142 a month lease. The all-new 2021 Kia Soul, completely redesigned exterior and interior, yours for $148 a month lease. Plus the sporty midsize sedan 2021 Kia K5, $182 a month lease. All 36 months, $3149 to its signing. Plus Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So hurry to Gossett Kia Covington Pike. Online, KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 36-month leases, $3149 to its signing, 0 security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage. Forte ME296 274, MSRP $20,625. Sold M77 55,682, MSRP $20,315. K5 MG 003,199, MSRP $25,725. Includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives. PF $695 excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details. Offer valid through 1/31/21. Dealer stock only.
Now, back to Sports 56 Middays. This hour is brought to you by East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quincy and White Station. Here once again are Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
He was a hard-headed man. He was
The great poet laureate Kenny Loggins once said, "This is it. This is it. This is the finale of our 5 favorite songs." Cue.
5 favorite songs.
Starting next week, it's our 5 favorite things. We'll do it once a week. We'll give you the topic on Tuesday, and we'll do it on Wednesday, and we'll have a lot of fun with that. But we've had a tremendous amount of fun since March with our 5 favorite songs. And today it's simple. Your 5 favorite songs. Gabe Kuhn is in the building, and he has given us a list, so we'll have his list. Of course, Zach will have a list, Eli, and yours truly. But we want you to text in with yours at 67129 if you haven't done so already, First Bank text line. And if you're watching us live, you can message us with your lists at Sports56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and Instagram. Are you going to shed a tear here, Eli?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to get emotional.
Here's the thing.
So people have texted in some good stuff, though.
Well,
this was very difficult. I will tell you that much. I felt terrible trying to get this down to 5 songs. I had to leave out some songs that I really like by some artists I really like.
Well, of course, everybody had to do it, but that's why it's tough, and that's why it's 5, and nobody's wrong. It's your list, so don't be making fun of anybody's songs because it's what you want on your list.
There's the preemptive strike by Greg for when he has Mark Lindsay at number 2. Don't be making fun of anybody else's songs.
Mark Lindsay didn't make it. He didn't make the list. All right, let's start with Gabe Kuhn, who returns Monday to produce the program. He's up next with Drew Barrett on Sports 56 Happy Hour. He has an honorable mention, and I don't know if he's just screwing around with this one, but he's got Barbie Girl by Aqua.
I love that. I love that as an honorable mention.
You sing that pretty well. Number 5, Picture Me Rollin' by Tupac. Number 4, Can't You See by the Marshall Tucker Band. Number 3, I'm Me by Lil Wayne. Number 2, The Thrill by Wiz Khalifa. And here's his number 1.
My
my friends feel it's their appointed duty. They keep trying to tell me all you want to do is use me.
The great Bill Withers, who left us last year. So many great songs, and Gabe loves Bill Withers. We all love Bill Withers. Use Me #1 on his list.
Can't believe Gabe didn't have any Bob Marley on his top 5. That shocked the heck out of me. And just disappointed there was no A$AP Rocky.
No A$AP Rocky. You're right. No Bob Marley, but he does love him some Bill Withers. All right, Zach Boyd, your list.
Oh, wonderful. So my honorable mention is "I Want You Back" by the Jackson 5.
Good song.
That's for Eli. Unless he doesn't count the Jackson 5 as a boy band.
I mean, I don't define them as a boy band in the boy band.
We've had that discussion
in the boy band
before.
world, the way we know it. I do not classify them as a boy band.
Well, it's A for effort.
There's only like 3 of them that are true boy bands in my mind.
Look, Zach tried to give you something. So there you go. Good job, Zach. All right.
So my number 5 is "I Am a Man of Constant Sorrow."
By?
I don't know who is it by, but I know it's on. It was part of the movie. Oh,
yeah,
Brother, Where Art
it's
Thou?
the Soggy Bottom Boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a very good song.
Very much so.
It's a great movie too.
Number 4 is "Skywalker" by McGill. Number 3 is "Mirrors" by JT, Justin Timberlake. That was the extra one, just in case.
I have that on my phone.
Number 2 is "Late Night" by Masego. He's one of the newer artists. And this is my number 1 song.
You don't know me, but I'm your brother. I was raised here in this living hell. You don't know my kind in your world. Fairly soon, the time will tell. You telling me the things you're gonna do for me. I ain't blind and I don't like what I think I see. Taking it to the street.
In the words of Peter Edmondson, the patron saint of soft rock, Michael McDonald, and the Doobie Brothers.
Good song.
I
Eli's speechless. I can look at his
I can't
face
even.
right now.
I would have never. I literally could have given me a list of every song ever made and given me 1 million guesses. I would not have got that as your number 1.
Yeah, I will occasionally I will hum this song out of thin air for no reason.
Wow.
And it's just-
Good song. Good choice.
It's a good song.
Very catchy.
Didn't see that one coming. That one came out of left field for me. I did not see that coming at all.
We go to Eli.
All right, I do have an honorable mention just because I felt bad not getting my man George Jones anywhere on my list, so I have an honorable mention for He Stopped Loving Her Today. Number 5, Running Down a Dream by Tom Petty. Number 4, this is a song that we never did a category that it would fit for, and I was so mad. But there's no way we would ever do a category that it would fit. Number 4, The Gambler by Kenny Rogers. Number 3, 7 by Prince. Number 2, Toes by the Zac Brown Band. And number 1.
Rolling down a backwoods Tennessee byway, one arm on the wheel, holding my lover with the other, a sweet, soft southern thrill. Worked hard all week, got a little jingle on a Tennessee Saturday night. Couldn't feel better, I'm together with my Dixieland delight.
Ah, yes.
Spend my dollar.
Dixieland Delight, Alabama. That song will always improve my mood.
Their biggest hit was that song? Or they have it? I know they have a lot of songs, but is that their biggest hit?
That Mountain Music would both be up
That's
there.
a good one,
I don't know for sure which would what did better on the charts, but those are my two favorite Alabama songs. But
Thought we might get a little Bob Seger out of you.
You know, the thing with Bob Seger, I certainly considered him. I didn't even know which song to choose out of Bob Seger. I love Bob Seger. I don't even know what my favorite Bob Seger song is. But he would have been in a top 10. There would have certainly been a Bob Seger.
So here's my list, and it's interesting because the kind of music I like, and I love the Beatles, absolutely love the Beatles and their whole repertoire, but none of them made my top 5. So here we go. I am going to give an honorable mention. I just thought about it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to give an honorable mention. And it is Wichita Lineman by Glenn Campbell. Number 5, Netherlands by Dan Fogelberg. Number 4, Born to Run, Bruce Springsteen. Number 3, She's Gone, Hall & Oates. Number 2, Follow You, Follow Me, Genesis. And you've heard this a bunch of times already. Here's my number 1.
Can't play this game anymore, but can we still be friends? Things just can't go on like before, but can we still be friends? We had something to learn. Now it's time for the wheel to turn.
It is Todd Rundgren. Can we still be friends? My number 1. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We have to take a quick timeout, and then we're going to come back with our listeners' 5 favorite songs. First of all, Ray hit us up on Twitter and said, thank you for doing 5 favorite songs, brought back good memories, and introduced new songs to me. You are welcome, Ray. It's been a lot of fun. Also, I don't want to miss this. Wes, who listens to the show frequently on Facebook, we were talking at the beginning of the show about our friend Rob Fisher. He said Fish is one of the best guys ever, and I would concur. So we're going to come back. We're going to get to our listeners' 5 favorite songs. Third hour of the program is brought to you by East Memphis Ace Hardware at 5143 Quince Road, next door to Billy Hardwick's All-Star Lanes. Locally owned and operated by the Carter brothers, Jarrett and Phillip. And they have a team of professionals that can take care of your needs. They have bilingual employees if you need that as well. They carry local products. They have a full-time locksmith and a state-of-the-art key center, fast service, competitive prices. They'll beat dealer prices hands down, sometimes by 30 to 50% with their replacement Duracell key fobs program. They have a full variety of Benjamin Moore paints. They can take care of your plumbing challenges. They can cut glass, including plexiglass, sharpen your lawnmower blades. They have a terrific garden center, plus all the latest with Weber and Traeger grills and the very popular Big Green Egg. Air filters, light bulbs. If you need screens repaired, they can do that as well. Your neighborhood Ace in East Memphis for convenience, service, knowledge, and price. AceHardware.com on the web. Give them a call at 901-683-8688. They're open Monday through Saturday, 8 to 7, Sunday, 10 to 4. 5 favorite songs continues when we return on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1 and 98.5 FM.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
All 36-month leases, $31.49 due at signing, 0 security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, Forte, NE 296-274, MSRP 20,625, Soul M77-55-682, MSRP 20,315, K5 MG 003199, MSRP 25,725, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title and license with approved credit, warranty is a limited powertrain warranty, see Kia.com or retailer for details. Offer valid through 1/31/21, dealer stock only.
It's time to be happy with your new ride from Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah. Jeff's waiting for you with a 2021 Kia Forte, $142 a month lease. Redesigned 2021 Kia Soul, $148 a month lease. And 2021 Kia K5, $182 a month lease. All just 36 months, $31.49 due at signing. Plus, every Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah comes with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia 2680 Mount Moriah or KiaMountMoriah.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Need to sell your home? You're in luck because I buy houses. All you have to do is call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that PIN, 901-406-1101, or just save it in your phone. Bill at I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses buys houses in any area, in any condition, at any time, as simple as that. I Buy Houses is guaranteed to close in 5 days. So if you need your cash fast, just call Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. Has your house been on the market? Were you just tired of renters? Or is it just time to start over? Well, avoid repairing, cleaning, painting, and prepping your house. Just pick up the phone and call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's Bill at I Buy Houses. If you're in Southwind, South Memphis, North Mississippi, North Memphis, Collierville, if you can hear this, just call my friend, Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101.
Hi, folks. Bob Burkham for Sunrise Buick GMC Truck. Thinking about buying a newer used car or truck? Remember, the selection's better and the savings are bigger at Sunrise. Over 600 new cars and trucks to choose from, factory rebates up to $6,000 and interest rates low as 0%. Immediate financing with next to nothing down, a $6 million used car inventory, specializing in cars and trucks under $10,000 and monthly payments under $200. Bad credit? It's okay. At Sunrise, we've got a financing plan for everybody. SunriseMemphis.com. We're saving you money. It's just a way of doing business. Covington, Pike, Wolf Chase, and Collierville, we make it fun to buy a car again.
Taqueria Express number 6 has a new location, 6290 Winchester Road. Taqueria Express has tacos of all kinds, including chicken and sirloin, beef fajitas, shrimp fajitas, enchiladas with homemade tortillas, even chicken wings. And my favorite is the mango sauce, which goes great with a nice cold beer. You can dine in and take advantage of the full bar or get your order to go. Call ahead, 901-800-2737 to pick up or use the drive-thru. Ask how you can win a 2021 Nissan Versa. Taqueria Express.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies, we will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Fiveash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Fiveash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Mid-South, there's never been a better time to buy than right now at Gossett Kia on Covington Pike. So start your new year in a new ride like 2021 Kia Forte, $142 a month lease. The all-new 2021 Kia Soul, completely redesigned exterior and interior, yours for $148 a month lease. Plus the sporty midsize sedan 2021 Kia K5, $182 a month lease. All 36 months, $3149 due at signing. Plus Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So hurry to Gossett Kia Covington Pike. Online, KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 36 month leases, $3149 due at signing, 0 security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage. Forte ME296-274, MSRP $20,625. Soul M77-55-682, MSRP $20,315. K5 MG 003-199, MSRP $25,725. Includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives. PF $695 excludes tax title and license with approved credit. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details. Offer valid through 1/31/21. Dealer stock only.
Now, back to Sports 56 Middays. This hour is brought to you by East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quincy White Station. Here once again are Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
Middle of the road. He's trying to find me.
All right, we got a million lists to get to here. Some of these and some other messages and things that are funny in here. Hank Hill checking in, and this is maybe the most eclectic list ever, and I love it. Honorable mention to Amish Paradise by Weird Al. Number 5, Bop by Hanson. Number 4, My Way, Frank Sinatra. Number 3, Crazy Train, Ozzy Osbourne. Number 2, Gin and Juice, Snoop Dogg. Number 1, He Stopped Loving Her Today, George Jones. Weird Al Hanson, Frank Sinatra, Ozzy Osbourne, and Snoop Dogg, and George Jones.
It'd be a hell of a concert.
What a party, man.
Oh, the party. The party would be unbelievable. Hanson wouldn't know what to do. Those little kids wouldn't know what to do at that party. Let's see here. This is Marie, Stranglehold by Ted Nugent. Holding Back the Years by Simply Red. Any Day Now by Ronnie Millsap. The Lazy Song by Bruno Mars. And Renegade by Styx. Let's see here. Another one with Stranglehold, Ted Nugent. Wind of Change, Scorpions. Back in Black, AC/DC. Beth by Kiss. And Into the Night by Benny Mardones.
Benny Mardones.
Mardones.
Who died last year, too.
Downtown Leo. And by the way, I got to give kudos to Downtown Leo. He sent me his CD. That he has a CD. He is a singer-songwriter.
Wow.
And good stuff. Good stuff. Downtown Leo, I value his opinion. He knows what he's doing. Number 5, Come On Eileen, Dexy's Midnight Runners. Number 4, Tiny Dancer, Elton John. Number 3, The Ocean, Led Zeppelin. Number 2, Boys of Summer, Don Henley. And number 1, All I Want by Toad the Wet Sprocket. Greg and Eli loved four favorite songs, but all good things must come to an end. Here's my final list, signed the guy who only submits 4. Number 1, The Star Spangled Banner. Number 2, El Paso by Marty Robbins. Number 3, Quando, Quando, Quando by Engelbert Humperdinck. And number 4, Mr. Bojangles. Let's see.
That's funny.
He did do. I'm sorry. There's a continuation of this. He did number 5 this week.
He did?
Further On by Bronze Radio Return. It then does an honorable mention for The Auctioneer, and there's a pawn shop on the corner in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So I
bet there is.
Or he or she did 4 all year, and
came back with 5 today and a couple of honorable mentions.
Comes with 7.
There
he
you
didn't
go.
say sign the guy, so it is a guy. So yeah,
Okay.
It comes with 7. Amber, this is John's daughter. She says, the guy that likes Tom Waits. Please say that so I can get a giggle. Number 5, Please Baby by Haystack. Number 4, Lazy Song, Bruno Mars. Number 3, Don't Take the Girl, Tim McGraw. Number 2, I'll Be by Edwin McCain. And number 1, Give It All We Got Tonight by Garth Brooks. Mine and my husband's song.
Nice.
Honorable mention to The Final Countdown by Europe. So sorry you are stopping this. Me and my dad done this every single day. Bobby in Hulls. Yes, they are real songs, he says. Number 5, You Done Tore Out My Heart and Stomped That Sucker Flat by Louis Grizzard.
All right.
Number 4, I'm Getting Over You in Fractions 1/5 at a Time, Tom Wilson.
Painful.
That's a great title for a song. Number 3, Drop Kick Me Jesus Through the Goalposts of Life by Bobby Bear.
Jeez.
Prayers up.
Number 2, How Could You Believe Me When I Said I Love You When You Know I've Been a Liar All My Life by Fred Astaire and Jane Powell.
Gotta see a therapist.
Number 1, if you won't be my number 1, then number 2 on you, Roger Miller.
Did he misinterpret and think it was the 5 longest songs, longest titles?
That's some great song titles. Honorable mention to You're the Reason Our Kids Are Ugly, Conway Twitty and Loretta Lynn. Ernest T. Bass, honorable mention, Eye of the Tiger by Al Capone. Number 5, And We Danced, The Hooters. Number 4, Swag Surfin' by Fast Life Youngstas. Number 3, Planet Rock by Africa Bambata. Number 2, Saturday in the Park, Chicago. Number 1, September, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Let's see. Number 5, Strawberry Wine, Dina Carter. Number 4, Texas Flood, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Number 3, The Crossroads, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Number 2, Footloose, Kenny Loggins. And number 1, Sometimes Salvation, The Black Crows. That's from Matt from Walls. Lou and KC, honorable mention to Last Dance by Donna Summer. Number 5, Turn Out the Lights by Teddy Pendergrass.
Appropriate.
Number 4, The Last Worthless Evening, Don Henley. Number 3, Kiss and Say Goodbye by the Manhattans. Number 2, Is This the End? I'm sensing a theme here by New Edition. And number 1, It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday. Says, thanks, guys. This was a lot of fun and sorely needed.
And thank you, everybody participating in this.
Let's see here. There it is. Okay, number 5, Into the Mystic, Van Morrison. Number 4, Superstition, Stevie Wonder. Number 3, Like a Rolling Stone, Bob Dylan. Number 2, Angel of Harlem, U2. And number 1, Try a Little Tenderness, live version from Monterey Pop Festival. Otis Redding, backed by Booker T and the MGs.
Wow.
Honorable mention to Stir It Up, long version on the album by Bob Marley. And I'm Going Down, Bruce Springsteen.
Nice.
Carolyn, honorable mention, Everlasting Love, the original, my favorite, by Robert Knight. Number 5, A Change is Going to Come, Sam Cooke. Number 4, The Long and Winding Road, The Beatles. Number 3, You Are So Beautiful, Joe Cocker. Number 2, What a Wonderful World, Louis Armstrong. And number 1, Waterfalls by TLC. Bobby in Midtown, 5 favorite songs has been a blast. Looking forward to the new 5 favorite. Honorable mention to Paper Thin by John Hyatt. Number 5, Mannish Boy by Muddy Waters. Number 4, Something to Talk About, Bonnie Raitt. Number 3, Girl in Motion by Nils Lofgren. Number 2, Star Star by the Rolling Stones. And number 1, My Baby Gives It Away by Pete Townsend and Ronnie Lane. Ray in Cordova. 5 things learned from 5 favorite songs. Tom Waits, Bing Crosby, and Lawrence Welk each sang about 5 million songs. Everyone agrees Tom Petty is great. Gabe's love for A$AP Rocky. Greg is the president of the Mark Lindsay fan club, and Eli's utter disdain for Rascal Flatts. Number 5, Don't Stop Believin', Journey. Number 4, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me, Elton John. Number 3, Brown Eyed Girl, Van Morrison. Number 2, Yesterday, The Beatles. Number 1, Piano Man, Billy Joel. Jay, number 5, Summer Nights. Number 4, Life is a Highway. Number 3, What Hurts the Most. Number 2, Bless the Broken Road. Number 1, My Wish. All Rascal Flatts songs just for Eli. Oh boy, here. Let's see. Bobby in Midtown says, thanks for coming up with 5 favorite songs. 7, it's the best thing on local radio during this pandemic.
Thank you.
Raider Corey, top 5, The Way You Make Me Feel, Michael Jackson. 24K Magic, Bruno Mars. Number 3, Uptown Funk, Bruno Mars. Number 2, Love on Top, Beyonce. Number 1, Little Red Corvette by Prince. Let's see. Number 5, Die Rockin', Whiskey Myers. Number 4, 7 and 7. Oh boy, I just lost that one now. Where did that go? Oh, number 7 and 7, Turnpike Troubadours. Number 3, South of Atlanta, Brent Cobb. Number 2, Sleeping Dog, Blackberry Smoke. Number 1, Bury My Bones, Whiskey Myers. Tim, honorable mention, Subdivision Rush.
Subdivision Rush, yeah, good song.
Lead Me to Reason. Well, I'm very confused here. Where is number 5?
It's hard, man, because our text thing goes all over the place. Eli does a great job, by the way.
Gray Street, Dave Matthews. Don't Shed a Tear, Paul Carrick. Girlfriend is Better, Talking Heads. And number 1, Abacab by Genesis.
Good list.
Number 5, Honeybee by Lucinda Williams. Number 4, You're the Music, We're Just the Band by Trapeze. Number 3, Still Alive and Well by Johnny Winter. Number 2, Rock and Roll Doctor by Little Feat. Number 1, I Lie When I Drink, and I Drink a Lot by Dale Watson. Oh, goodness gracious. We're out of time here, and I'm still got... Number 5, Shake Your Groove Thing by Peaches and Herb. Number 4, Erotic City by Prince. Number 3, Big 10-Inch Record by Aerosmith. 2, Stroking by Clarence Carter. And number 1... Oh, boy, I don't think I got the rest of it. I just got Why. I think it's Why Don't We Get Drunk, I'm guessing.
From Jimmy Buffett.
Yes. Zed, honorable mention, Frank Zappa's Apostrophe album from beginning to end. Number 5, The Dance, Garth Brooks. Number 4, Renegade, Styx. Number 3, Thank You, Led Zeppelin. Number 2, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, Gordon Lightfoot. And number 1, American Pie, Don McLean.
Good list, too.
Number 5, Can't Always Get What You Want. Number by the Rolling Stones. Number 4, Try a Little Tenderness, Otis Redding. Number 3, Living in America, James Brown. Number 2, I Did It My Way, Frank Sinatra. Number 1, I'm Your Captain, Grand Funk. That's from Wayne. Let's see here. Let's see. Number 5, Elvis Presley, Hunka 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 of Love. Number 4, Parliament Funkadelic, Flashlight. Number 3. Flashlight. Number 3, Bootsy Collins, I'd Rather Be With You. Number 2, Bootsy Collins, Stretching Out. And number 1, Bootsy Collins, Jam Fan.
Bootsy Collins. Let me go to the Facebook. John, who's been with us since day one, honorable mention, Hard to Handle by the Black Crowes. Number 5, A Christmas Card from a Hooker in Minneapolis by Tom Waits. Roly Poly by Dave Clark and the Hot Nuts. Number 3, Queen of My Double Wide Trailer by Sammy Kershaw. Number 2, Blow 'Em Away by David Wilcox. And The Piano Has Been Drinking by Tom Waits. That's his number 1, the song that introduced Tom Waits into our lives. And I think John introduced Tom Waits into 5 favorite songs. Andrew, number 5, Calling Baton Rouge, Garth Brooks. Number 4, Somebody Like You, Keith Urban. Number 3, When I Was Your Man, Bruno Mars. 2, Your Song, Elton John. Number 1, Take It to the Limit, Eagles. And that is it. You got any more here real quick?
One last one. Number 1, Prince with Adore. Number 2, Lenny Williams, Because I Love You. Number 3, New Edition, Can You Stand the Rain? Number 4, Anita Baker, Angel. And number 5, Eric Clapton, Tears in Heaven.
You people have been
fantastic. I think
fantastic.
I got to all of them. If I missed yours, I apologize. There were so many here trying to do it in a hurry, and it's a lot.
You have been great. Again, next Tuesday we'll let you know, or this upcoming Tuesday, what the first category will be for 5 favorite things. We'll do it each and every Wednesday, a weekly event here on Sports 56 Middays. Our thanks to Anthony Miller, Aaron Torres, Matt Dillon for joining us on the program today. Stay tuned as pinch hitting once again for John Harden is Gabe Kuhn and Drew Barrett. Want to thank, of course, Zach Boyd for pinch hitting for Drew for most of the week. For Gabe, for most of the week. For Eli Savoy, I'm Greg Gaston. Have a great week.